Good evening, Gooners. Welcome to In the North Bank. Feels like an age since I've come back and done a show. Thanks to the able helpers that have been running the shows recently. Through the last couple of months, but it's been busy, and we've got a busy room. Just sitting here, just like looking at all you guys. Hope you all had lovely Christmases and getting ready for New Year. Spending lots of time with family and that. So, good to have you on. Seema, Mark, Bez, Des, and Brian. We're not a rock band. I don't think so, anyway. But look, we've come to the end of the year, almost. And we're going to kind of go through what was a pretty decent year. In all honesty, I think there was some really good stuff. A few kind of negatives on that side as well. But overall, I think it's been an action-packed year. I don't know where we want to go. I want to take it back almost. Well, it was in January. We look back at New Year's Eve, don't we? And that was the final game of 2023. That was disappointing. Away at Fulham, wasn't it? Probably the worst performance under Arteta, I would say. It was one of those kind of performances, wasn't it? That was kind of like those previous years before Arteta come on. But look, FA Cup against Liverpool. Can we remember that far?
I can massively.
I mean, we were there, Seema. I imagine you were there.
Yeah.
And it was one of those games, wasn't it? It was. I mean, we played really well in the first half. I think we created a few chances, hit the bar. And then we kind of a sucker punch. We got a ball in from Trent and who was it? It was Kivior, wasn't it? Kivior own goal.
Oh yeah.
Like late on, and then they caught us again on the break. There was a lot to talk about that game, Mark.
Yeah,
Arteta was not wanting to go far in the competition or disrespected the competition.
Paul, do you know something? I remember back to that point, and I remember it vividly. And I done a podcast on a different show at that point, and I remember saying, "My Arsenal are back." I saw enough in that FA Cup game to the chances we created, the way we were playing, etc. I knew we were there again, 1,000,000%. I knew we were there again. And then we shipped off to Dubai, and the rest is history. It was phenomenal what we did at that point. But it was enough for me to see that my Arsenal were back. Beforehand, we were terrible. Honestly, the points that we dropped in the league, etc. And I guess we're going through a bit of that at the moment, and we're praying that we could put a 16-game winning run together again. But yeah, Paul, that moment, I remember doing that podcast, and I honestly, everyone was at me, Mark, you have to flip out. I was getting DMs, you have to flip out of this. And I was like, no chance whatsoever. My Arsenal are actually playing football again. And Paul, that honestly, I do remember that game massively. We were fantastic. We just weren't taking chances. Something wasn't quite right. We came off the back of the Fulham defeat, obviously the worst performance of the season. The worst performance of the season, but yeah, I thought it was that point I knew that we were ready to click. We were ready to click. And it did. It happened. Beyond my wildest views, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. It was one of those where it just again we've seen it a few times. Certainly when we our ability to obviously need quite a few chances to get that goal. I think that's just been a proper issue for many years, isn't it? I think just as supporting Arsenal all the years, and you can see the amount of chances you create and then the goals. Yeah, we do make it hard. But yeah, you said we went away and come back into the league. Was a game against Crystal Palace, 5-0 win. Oh, the Scottish Gabriel. Yes, can you remember that? Can you remember that game? Go back all there, and you've got the crosses, the rising like salmon.
The Rice header? No, that wasn't the one, was it?
No, so Martinelli scored 2, didn't he? Martinelli scored 2. Gabriel scored 2 headers. And
Ben White, was that the Ben White one?
Oh, the one where he thought, oh yeah, I did mean to do it, but I didn't.
Yeah, it was meant to be a cross, and it
No,
went.
I think that was Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I think that was Chelsea.
yeah, that was Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, God. Why are you making us think so far back?
Yeah. I'm
My
old.
brain can't take it.
Well, we're doing
Is that me?
so he's got to, isn't he? I suppose.
All right, I'm going to have to Google it now, okay, because of you.
We're going to have to Google who was the 5th scorer. Who was the 5th scorer? I can't remember.
It wasn't Saka, was it? Yeah, it's like a game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, who did this?
Was it Saka?
It wasn't me, Phil. It wasn't me, Phil. I swear, Phil. It wasn't me, Phil.
Like, test me again, Paul. What game was this?
It was at the Emirates.
Can we skip it?
Yeah, it was at the Emirates. Yeah.
Can we
It
just
was 2 by Gabby.
Oh no, that's what it was. I know what it was.
Trossard, and then
Trossard. Oh.
yeah,
And then Martinelli kind of scored 2 goals late on. Some good counter attacking. I think you remember the game as well when we were talking about quick distribution from David Raya.
Yeah.
And they showcased it where he literally passed the ball out and it was basically in the goal about 6 seconds later.
Yeah.
The throw out straight to the halfway line. And I think it was Jesus. I think, Jesus started running with the ball and then just passed it into Martinelli, and then he left the defender on the floor, didn't he? And then just slid in. That was a really good game. I thought myself, and again that put our performances in light really. Well, Sonny's thought we're in good form. Certainly coming away from the issues that we had and the disappointment going out of the FA Cup. Brian, do you remember that game?
Which one? The Palace game?
The Palace game, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the one where in injury time, like Palace just, I don't know what the hell they were doing. But Martinelli came in, and I think that was the one where like he dribbled around the keeper right there at the end and just had like 30 yards or something like that, where he was just kind of tiptoeing his way in and just like bumped it in.
Mm. It was Eddie Nketiah's assist, and it was Jorginho's assist for those 2 goals.
Eddie who?
Yeah.
Nketiah. He was still there.
Yeah. No, I like it. And I think I like the goal, the game just solely for the way the stadium went mental for like Gabriel, and that was it. It was like everything he'd done was like literally.
Yeah.
I just couldn't handle him. Yeah, it was just good to see a defender scoring 2 goals.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
Maybe that was the start of their set pieces. The set piece kings.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. So we then look going on to the next game, Forest away from home. I think we had to dig in. We had to dig in quite well, really. I think on that side, because it is a tricky place to go. We, as I say, we look at this year as well, how well they've done.
They've surpassed themselves this year, haven't they, Paul? Really, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, done really well so far. What did you think, Seema, about that Forest game? It was a tough game back then. If you can cast your mind back.
Well, I've got it up here. It's the one at home, right? We're talking about.
No way.
I haven't got that one up yet.
Yeah.
Give her a second.
I mean, but again, we created.
My brain can't handle this. Can we talk about the home games?
Paul, can I talk about Chelsea game? That one too, please, Paul. Can I talk about the Chelsea game?
Stop.
Oh,
somebody else talk, and then I will.
I'll do this.
Yeah. Someone must know anything about football. Anyone know anything about Arsenal?
I know about the Chelsea game, 5-0, Paul. 5-0 Chelsea.
That's since last Paul. You only go week by week, mate. I'm like, that's why I'm looking at you quite vague. I'm like that. When?
No, but look, we had obviously the FA Cup game, didn't we? Previously, which obviously didn't go down too well. We went out there and to come away with a win. I think it was
2-1. We beat them 2-1.
It was 2-1. We won. They scored in about the last minute, and it was
89
it was a tight game. We created lots of chances, but lots off target. But then we got 2-0, and we were comfortable. And then we do what Arsenal normally do.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on here?
You're on big screen. Yeah, we do what
Interesting.
Arsenal do, mate. We do what Arsenal do.
Yeah, and we made it look really hard. And when they scored, it was just like, oh god, you could just kind of feel it, and you suddenly think, oh no, they're not, are they? But we didn't. They held on
5 minutes, did they?
Like what's that?
Did they add on 5 minutes? Yeah, so we can, scream at the telly for him to blow the whistle.
Yeah, I think it was about 8 minutes. I think it was. And
I don't know whether.
yeah, 8 minutes, and then that was it, and we could just breathe again. But that was the table back then. At the end of the month. When you look at it like that, I mean, is that right?
Totally different table this season, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, look, Liverpool were leading. And I said, yeah, that does not look right.
Be humble, eh?
Huh? Yeah. Be humble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really weird because look, we're 20 games in on that table. We're 18 games in now, and the points are the same, 45.
Similar,
yeah, it's mad.
Very similar.
Yeah, there's a 2-game difference based on that table. But when was that table? I mean, it literally looks like it's.
That was last season, love. That's what.
Yeah, but it's leg for leg, isn't it? But the points are the same. But more games have been played. Where Liverpool, 18 games. Well, nah. Look at the time zone, though. What's the time on that? Is it exactly the same time? Is it still in December 2023, isn't it?
Yeah, that was after the Fulham game.
Yeah, well then.
So that was it. So that's the start of the season. Sorry, start of the year.
So this season they're better off.
No, yeah, ish. You look at it and so we're close. As I said, look.
Yeah.
Again, we've just got to eat up the ground.
Well,
got
we need to
another.
go back to Dubai.
No, we can't go to Dubai again. It costs too much money.
I know.
But
Hey,
I'm
hi,
going,
Daniel.
Yeah, but if it
Daniel,
sends you on a
what's up,
16-game
He
winning
made
streak,
it. He made it.
if it sends you on a 16-game winning streak, Paul, it's worth doing, isn't it?
well, yeah. Well, yeah, but that's common sense.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. The ownership would kind of sign off on that now. I don't know.
I actually heard a rumor that Gabriel Magalhaes didn't go to Dubai; he went to Scotland. Went to
He's
see
invited to my house, bro. He's invited to my house. He's invited to
Oh,
my
and that
house.
rumor was started by you, wasn't it, Des?
No.
No.
It started by Mark. It started by Mark.
No, it started by me, and then Paul photoshopped a picture, and it just yeah.
Right.
But
It was
then,
around
but
that.
then-
It was around that time, wasn't it? The Scottish Brazilian.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it started with me saying I wish he was Scottish
Yeah,
rather
it did.
than Brazilian.
It
Someone has to put a picture up of Gabriel with his Scottish face, and
The
then
freedom
Paul did it.
face.
Yeah, Paul did it. So yeah, it was all good.
Yeah. No, it's all good. We're just going to quickly move into February.
Yep.
Straight up with Liverpool at home, a chance to right the FA Cup wrong. And yeah, done really well, controlled the game, and then won 3-1 on there. Bez, any memories on that game?
I'm
Did you watch
checking
it?
my highlights of 2012 from last season, or not to jump ahead, but to the season ahead. I think all I remember is, was it the game that the VR was switched off? I think the first 2 minutes it had.
I haven't got that fact.
You cut it out.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't get that.
What I'm saying is, I think for the Martinelli goal, apparently his goal was not checked by VR because the VR was switched off, not ready yet. That's what I remember.
Oh, wow. And they were allowed to start the game?
I think so.
Yeah, and
It's no surprise.
this season we haven't got it, have we? The Man United game, they're not going to have VAR.
Are you serious?
No.
It'll be a good
No.
game.
No, it's every game until the fifth round, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Oh God! So it's like the old school way.
It'll be a good game then. It'll be a good game because it'll be.
I'm
I'm
Maybe.
going there, man. I'm going there as well.
yeah,
I'm going there myself. I'm going there the 12th of January. So I'm like, shit. Sorry, but you know. But yeah, Paul, back to the Liverpool game. I remember, I think Martinelli scored. We had a bit of a crazy half, I think, if I remember correctly. And then second half, we just, I think, came back into it. That's what I remember. Without cheating.
Liverpool had man sent off, didn't they?
Yeah, they had Konate sent off in the 88th minute for a second yellow.
Wow, Brian,
But-
you've got a good brain.
Yeah, Brian.
Thank the Google for that.
Brian.
Thank the Google for that.
Big brain, Brian.
I'm sorry. Hey, B team.
I know. Sorry, Paul, you got B team, but look, B team.
I'm in the wrong.
So
Can you move me over, Mark? Paul. I'm in the wrong place.
Please, can you
no.
shift me more to the right, please? Please, the host, shift me to the right.
What?
No,
So you put me between them?
that's better. Hello, Brian.
Oh God! Do you two want to get a room? Is that right?
Paul, can I talk about the Chelsea game and stuff, please?
I'm at an airport right now. I could just get a quick flight over to London. Easy day.
No.
Paul, I was saying, I remember
There's a D
toppling
team as
down
well.
from Newcastle in that game, and I had
Yeah.
my Martin Odegaard shirt on, and I was working in Warrington, which is in between on the M62 between Liverpool and Manchester. So it's bang in the middle, and we were staying in Liverpool. I went down to a Liverpool pub that night. So for the viewers that don't know, I was staying in L13, which is a Liverpool postcode, a Liverpool pub, and I went into there with my Martin Odegaard shirt on. I was the only Arsenal fan.
And you came out
Shouting.
alive.
Yeah, I came out alive. There was an Everton fan that came up to me and said, "You have got the biggest fucking balls that I've ever seen in my life for walking at this pub." At that point, I wasn't caring. We were on fire, and I do have memories of that day and that. But Trossard, that third goal, was just exceptional. It was unbelievable. And I got the whole chest in that pub, just to the whole lot of put my hands up and just said, we're here, we're Arsenal Football Club. It was a very special moment in my life that I'll never forget. I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good to hear. Yeah, moving on from Liverpool, we have an away game against West Ham, and
Bloody
yeah,
clubs, they never do us a favour.
a bit of retribution for a certain Declan Rice, wasn't it? A nice stroll in the park. 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0. Yeah.
Followed up with what could have been or potentially have been a tricky trip up the northwest in Burnley, but we then won 5-0 on there as well. Who wants to go first with both games? Go on. Anyone?
I have one word to say about that, Brian, but what's that?
None of us remember it.
No, I do. I remember all these games. I just don't want to be the only one speaking. So
Both.
You're the expert.
I'll speak for Mark, then I'll speak
You're the
for Mark.
expert.
Daniel, I'll go to you.
Yeah, which other game are you talking about?
The West Ham away last season. Do you remember the 6-0?
Yeah. I think that was one of the memorable game of last season. I think we scored a good through the first goal was an header, and Kai Havertz, the Saliba, if I'm not mistaken, was on the score sheet that day. Funny enough, that was the day. Sorry, I have to bring this up. That was the first time I met Robbie Lai and the AFTV crew. They came to Ghana, so I was there with them here in Ghana. So that was the first time we actually met live. And we had a watch party here. In Western fans, we had a few Western fans, about like 30 to 40 of them. They were watching the game with us. So it was a tricky game for us because we weren't expecting Arsenal to turn up that goal because of how poor we were in before the Dubai trip. And like you like to say, we lost our last game. I think against Liverpool by 3-1. And Liverpool we won our last game 3-1 against Liverpool. Yeah. And so going into that, everybody was a little bit hypertensive to say, but I predicted we're going to win that game before the match. They were going to win by 2-0. But surprisingly for us, we won the game by 6. I was over the moon. I watched the game. I can still remember the atmosphere, the people there. We're over like 6,000 of us watching that game live. It was a watch party here in Accra. So it was a very memorable day. I can still remember everything very, very well. And not too much to say about that. I don't know what else to say.
No, it's all good. It's good. There's a massive following over there, and now I know I've spoken to a few in and around. Look, let's go to Burnley. Obviously, Declan Rice scoring a nice little worldie goal against his old club, anyway. And that finished off at 6-0, didn't it? And it was so happy.
That's the one where he didn't celebrate, did he? He just
didn't need to after that.
Nah.
Didn't need to after that. I think they were embarrassed enough.
He touched his badge. That's all he done. And that shirt that you're wearing, Paul. I saw that we were wearing that away kick that day. And Declan Rice just walked away, just touching his badge. And thank you very much, West Ham. But I'm Arsenal now.
He was very respectful. He was very respectful.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
And they didn't deserve it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They could have easily gone the other way. Could easily have gone the other way. But, it was respectful. So
I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't understand why a player does that. Like playing against your former team and you don't want to celebrate. What's that for? It's a game of sports. You're scoring. You're not playing for that team anymore. You're an Arsenal player. Definitely, if you score a goal for Arsenal, you have to celebrate no matter who you're playing against. I don't like the fact that
It's up to Daniel. It's up to the player how they decide how they react. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not.
It's up to the player. But let's take for instance, if that was 90th minute, 1-0 win for Arsenal, Declan Rice scoring that just one goal in the 94th minute of the game. Probably they had it in 4 minutes into the match, and scoring in the 94 minutes of the game. Do you think he's not going to celebrate?
You got to remember where he came from.
He probably wouldn't.
You got to remember where you came from.
Because of where it was. Because of where it was. If it had been anybody else, he'd have been running the lengths of the pitch.
I respect him for that.
Like Brian said, you've got to remember where you came from, you know?
Exactly. No, that's I agree. I think you've got to respect where you came from.
Yeah. But I
think it's a little different because like Kai Havertz, you know, when he left Chelsea, it was on bad terms. It was on bad terms. You know, it was a bad breakup, if you will. You know, Declan Rice, that was not a bad breakup. You know, it was just like, hey, you know, I wanna move on to something better. I mean, he had just won the Conference League with West Ham, and so it's like, hey, you know, thanks for your service, you know, appreciate it. And he really showed, you know, I think that showed a lot of class. I think it showed a lot of class, and I'm perfectly fine with Kai Havertz shitting all over Chelsea.
I'm
perfectly fine with that.
I'm not disputing what you're trying to say, Brian. I just feel, did Chiwako have a bad breakup with Arsenal? Chiwako never had a bad breakup with Arsenal. Chiwako left Arsenal at the lowest point in his career, which most fans appreciated his time for the club. But Chiwako came to the Emirates, scored for his team, and he celebrated the goal. Do I have to hold him? Do I have to be angry with him scoring a goal? No, I don't have to be angry with him scoring a goal. I just feel because the game was already won, that's why Declan Rice wouldn't want to celebrate. Because I feel if the game was a 0-0 scoreline into the 94th minute and Declan Rice scored that goal, trust me, he's going to celebrate.
I think it's there's a lot. Also, you have the affinity with fans as well. And I think there is a relationship there as well. I think between the player and the fans. If you're idolised, I think that's a sign of respect as well. You suddenly think those kind of ones that do kind of matter. But yeah, look, everyone likes to or wants to see people celebrate goals. Yeah, I don't think. I imagine if he goes to scores now, he'll be doing knee slides all over the shop against them and just yeah.
He showed he has showed his respect. So
he showed his respect, yeah. And they were embarrassed. So yeah. What else can you do, I suppose? What else can you do?
It's the British way, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's the British way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
Again, Daniel, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Like you didn't disagree with Brian, but at the end of the day, it's how we are over here, you know.
Yeah. So let's go to the Burnley game. Another away game, another clean sheet, another bag load of goals. Saka on the sheet again. Trossard, Havertz, and Odegaard. Do you remember that game?
Yes. Do you want me to say more, do you? Oh, okay. No, it was a good game. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Odegaard. This is where I think Odegaard started to really show what he can do in midfield, and I mean, it also sort of like emphasised how much we go down Saka's side. Poor Martinelli sometimes must think, what have I got to do to get the ball? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a really good game because it just the 5-0. But sometimes looking back on it now, Paul, right? Did we flatter to deceive? Because like we were getting all these massive massive scores, and in the end, it didn't make a jot of difference. Do you know what I mean?
Well, in the grand scheme you're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, look, it all matters, and as I say, it's small margins. When you look at the possession, you look at the chances we had on both games, West Ham and this game. Over like 50 shots on goal in those two games. Yeah. Well, so it's one of those, isn't it? Still, look, you've got to beat what's in front of you. You've got another tricky away game, which potentially could be tricky if you don't start right. I
must admit as well. I wish Odegaard would shoot. Especially this season. He's just, don't get me wrong, he's assists, fair enough, but I wish he would shoot more.
Yeah, I think he'd say. I don't know if everyone agrees with me. I think we could be a lot more direct, certainly in and around the box than we are. We're always kind of looking for that extra pass to try and get into the box.
I was just about to say that. We're always looking for that. It's like trying to walk it in. It's like Martinelli. He runs it down the wing and he just does that extra step, and you think, no, you should have crossed it just before then.
It just fails.
Yeah, but Burnley game was a good game because we were worried about Dyche ball, weren't we? So it was all about the high line, low line last season, wasn't it? And how we pressed that made a difference.
We used to worry about Dyche ball, didn't we? But it wasn't Dyche, was it? It was Company, wasn't it?
It was,
It was Company then, wasn't it? But it's
Company, yeah.
They still play ball, don't they? You know what I mean? It was Company.
Yeah, he never learned. He didn't learn. That's why he's not. Well, actually, he's now Bayern Munich manager, isn't he?
How did that happen?
I mean, they went down.
How did that happen?
He must have something on him. He must be blackmailing them.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So after Burnley, we then headed off to Porto. The 1-0 defeat over there, round of 16. Disappointing game, I think, from our side, but against a well-organised team, and coming up against a 55-year-old defender, Pepe.
Like, I wouldn't have even called Porto like well organized. Like, all they did was dive. All they did, like, they got sneezed on. They got sneezed on, and they would go down.
Every opportunity as well, Brian. They had 11 men behind the ball, didn't they? Every opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's very true. And one of the things that we've had this season and last season, and really, since Arteta has gotten here, is we do have problems breaking down the low block. But I think there is a difference between the low blocks that we face in the Premier League and what we face with Porto. Like, Porto they're almost a shitty version of Atletico Madrid. And I fucking hate Diego Simeone. Like, I want to punch that dude dead in his mouth every time I see him. Because he's shithouses. And like, it's not even like funny shithousing. Like, it's straight shithouse football.
It's in your face.
And nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
I just feel we were poor that day against Porto. We had one of our shocking game of the whole of that season. In that game, we didn't have any shot on target in that game. And Declan Rice taking an early yellow card for a silly bit of play. I think Partey played him in a wrong pass, and he clipped on the player that was running on goal. That's what got a yellow card in the second minute of the game. We were just so poor in that game. And not that Porto didn't really do anything spectacular, unlike what we normally see in the Premier League, whereby team just sit at the back and just wait for us and to counter. We were just fucking shit that day. Nothing was going in the attack. The midfield was poor. Our string of passes that day was so poor. Although we had more of the ball, but we had more on the ball with our defenders. Not in the final third. Even in the midfield, we couldn't control the ball and play 2-3 passes together. And unluckily for us, the striker scored the 93 minutes goal. So, and Raya, I blame Raya for that particular match, for that goal, because I'm expecting him to save that goal on a normal basis. That ball shouldn't be Raya. So, by and large, we're just so poor.
Yeah. Well, disappointing, but as I say, it just shows what happens if you're a few percent off your normal kind of your rates, your normal kind of flow, and then it doesn't click, it doesn't move. If we're not moving the ball quick enough, this is where it holds up, and we get a bottleneck, and we can't break anything down. And I think that's been our problem for quite a few games where we've kind of struggled, not moving the ball quicker, or we do that in the first half and then come out in the second half with a little rocket from Arteta or something, and then come out a different team like the other week. It's just one of those. It's just strange. It's got to be mentality in the players. So I don't think Arteta ever sets them up to say, "Oh yeah, just go through the motions and just do that." So yeah, I definitely think it's. Well, I think you add on pressure as well, don't you? Now there's a lot of pressure now on this group of players, considering the last 2-3 years.
Well, there's outside pressure as well, Paul. Because at the end of the day, we've had this conversation many times, and I don't want to kick Daniel off because he'll go into one. The referee can decide the game. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not. Well, no, but it's a legit point carrying on from what Paul's saying. It's not just the pressure on the players anymore. It's whether you've got to keep an eye on the referee and what he's doing. You know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're going to have a show on referees at some point, and Daniel will come and be a co-host.
Yeah. Daniel will have a lot to say on that, mate. He'll have a lot to say.
We'll give him the widescreen. We'll give him the widescreen for that one. That'll be fine. But yeah, look, we have to move on from the Champions League. Next game up, Newcastle. Proper shithousery.
Robbed.
I still remember the 0-0 at home against Newcastle where they stunk the place out. It was horrendous. But we actually done them 4-1, which was really pleasing. Obviously, Willett coming back, scoring against us as well. But yeah, 4-0. Bez, 4-1. What were your thoughts, Bez, on that one?
Considering how the Porto game went, was very, very dreadful, very dreary, as we say in English. I was like, we brought the house down, right? I guess in my eyes, we showed the Premier League that look, we're still fighting for our rights to fight our rights where we belong. Like where we stand is where we are. Like this is not something premeditated. It's all like there for us to see. You know, we played good. Despite conceding that goals I didn't want to, but I heard the noise was very loud. I heard it was very eventful some parts, you know. I know the away game didn't go as planned. As you know, the away game to Newcastle, I think if I'm correct, in that same season didn't go as planned. But on the home game, I think we did our bit. I remember the fans were loud. I remember we won and we kept their horrible, you know, players I can't stand, which I won't go to names right now fully, but we kept them very quiet and they weren't happy about it. But like we have the home advantage, so deal with it, you know.
Well, I could hear the crowd at my house, so that's how loud it was.
You said enough for me, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's
so
fine.
The Gooners shot the tune up the arse, basically.
They did, basically, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm allowed to say so myself.
Does is Mark wanted to say something, or is he?
No, guys, just keep rolling. Just keep rolling.
Nice, yes. He's on his way to start cooking, apparently. I don't know.
That'll come.
Wait till the predictions, then it'll be.
No, that's all good. That's all good, guys. We'll just keep rolling. Just keep rolling.
So, going to the end of February, let's have a quick put at the table. I mean,
nothing changed.
Nothing's changed, has it? Yeah, no, it's all right. I've made a mistake. We'll leave that one. I think that was the original one, but yeah, no, it's all right. We'll leave that table. We'll go on to the
Paul, I'm getting my cards out. So I'm going to get my cards
Paul,
out.
can I just ask?
My cards, sorry, Mark. I'm getting my cards out. My cards.
Yeah,
okay.
That's so good.
I need them.
Can I just ask? Did you work at IT?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's IT. That's fixing stuff. Me saving over a document just when I'm running around like a headless chicken is just being a donut. That is what it is. Oh, mate. Have I got both?
The red and yellow.
I didn't get that in one.
You only does it to me, by the way.
I got that in one play as well. Only Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
And get two yellows in one play.
Yeah.
Or we be what's his name? You know, in the Croatia World Cup when the English Premier referee gave the player 3 yellows and then sent him off.
Mark
God,
Clattenburg.
yeah. No. I don't know. I can't remember.
What's his name? Oh, look at Graham Paul. No, was it Graham Paul? He got 3 yellow cards for the player and then he sent him off after the 3rd yellow.
At the World Cup, yes, Graham
Oh yeah,
Paul.
he issued a 3rd yellow by
Yeah, for the Croatian guy against Australia, I think, or against Australia or something.
Yeah.
Daniel will remember
A bit
that
of it
one.
on the telly.
Seema was like, one for you. Oh yeah, one more for you.
Yeah.
That happened in the World Cup.
Yeah.
2006 World Cup, Daniel.
Daniel has all the archives of all the refereeing bad mistakes.
We should do one actually, Mark. We should do
It's
one.
like
At some point.
a version of the encyclopedia, isn't it? That's as it goes through.
Sorry, Brace. Like I'm getting the referee card now from Mark. I'm not a referee watch.
No, not Mark. What's that called? Mark. What's it called? Goldfish. You know the Mark Goldfish we have with us. Seema, you know Mark Goldfish, Seema?
I don't personally know him, but I've heard little bits and bobs, nothing major.
I can elaborate more about who Mark Goldfish is in this group.
Do you want to do it live?
Mark, I'm sorry, but I'm calling him Mark Goldfish for a reason, yeah?
The train mark under the
He's got a
bus.
20-second memory. Is it because he's got a 20-second memory?
Yeah. That's all good, guys. Let's keep rolling, Paul.
Yeah,
and,
it's not.
let's keep rolling, and me and Brian will have a discussion, and then you guys can come back at me with my.
Are we talking about the Sheffield United game next? Let's move on.
Yeah. So moving on to March. So a 6-0 win away, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
We've got a home win against Brentford. Seema, what are your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, right, I wasn't even in the country for that game. I was in Japan. And I remember putting my alarm on to wake up to watch this game. And I literally woke up and I looked at the score and I went, oh, well, I might as well go back to sleep. And I went back to sleep.
What excuse?
I mean, it was 12, 13, 14-hour difference.
No excuse.
Yeah, it was.
No excuse.
We were up and I was
Where are those yellow cards?
I'm happy with that.
Seema, that's one for dissent, yeah? That's one for dissent. That's for dissent, talking back to the official, to the VAR.
You know what? I did go around into the Japanese pubs and watch the Arsenal games. So there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I actually hunted.
Arigato to you.
And it turned out to be a great pub.
I think the yellow card should be rescinded.
Sorry, then Seema. Sorry, look, Seema. VAR, sorry, Des. VAR. Okay, he's been rescinded.
VAR there as well.
It's been rescinded. Look, it's been rescinded. Thank you very much. Carry on.
You can't rescind the yellow card, by the way. Just for keeping.
No, you can't.
I was going to say, Mark, I was 100% about to say that.
Yeah, that's one for Daniel to discuss on the referee kind of show.
Yeah, I'll leave it to Daniel.
Refereeing weekly. That's it.
We've got a D team as well.
You can only
Daniel, you should get in touch with Sky and go on Ref Watch. I reckon you'd be able to sort it all out in a week.
I think you'd be better at it. Bro.
Okay, what I can do, Paul, is that I can look at the stats from that game, and we had 81% possession of that game. We had 22 shots on target. So imagine the goals we could have had to their 4 shots, right?
I don't know if anyone was anyone nervous about the game?
Target, 10, but 22 shots. Sorry.
Was anyone nervous going into the game?
What, the Sheffield game?
The Sheffield United. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those where you look, you go to one of those places and it's, it's a lively atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. I think it was a crap day as well. I think it was a crap cold evening. And the way we started then quickly moved that feeling on. And it was one of those things. It was so unlike Arsenal. in an away game, literally totally in control, scoring goals like literally every kind of attack. And yeah, look, at one point, wasn't it? It was 3-0 after about 15 minutes, wasn't it? And it was like literally chance, and then it was like 3-0, and then carried on. I think it was 5 by half time. I think it was, wasn't it? 4 or 5.
Did they actually
Did we actually only score one in the second half?
Ball in the net?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
The whole team.
yeah,
The whole team.
Ben White scored in the 58th minute, and then that was it.
Yeah.
2, 4, 5,
Can I ask? Paul,
5
can I ask you a
goals in the
question?
first half.
Go for it.
Why were you nervous?
Think again. I have those little nerves because when you're expected to maybe say potentially win a game, or you go away into, like I said, these kind of games, and maybe I'm scarred from going up north and going away with these teams, and we come away from those games where you come away and you're looking at flipping your Boltons. You go over all there and you have like in Allardyce, and you'd be like, you'd have all those just horror games, and you'd be like, oh God.
Yeah.
There's always.
You have to remember as well the altitude up north affects the way you play football as well.
Yeah. But look, it's about us at the end of the day, and the nerves are probably what Arsenal's going to show up. Is it going to be one that is kind of just going through emotions and then not up for it, and we come away with nothing? Or tell.
Yeah, that was the foundation I was trying to lie down there, Paul. So yeah, thanks for your answer.
What was that, Mark?
Sorry, someone's giving me feedback. Are you guys still hearing me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I'm laying down the foundation for what I'm about to do, you guys. So
Bring it on, mate. Bring it on.
Yeah, it's coming. Believe
Bring
me,
it
it's
on.
coming.
Bring it on.
But then, don't you? I can understand the fear, Paul. Right? I can understand the fear because it's like what you said. What Arsenal's going to turn up, but didn't it show the difference between the Premiership and the Championship?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We can see it. We can see it now. We can still see it now. Look, Southampton coming up. They've been absolutely woeful this year. It doesn't always happen. Like I said, you are still seeing teams coming up and putting up a fight. But I think there's got to be some form of. Well, look, so a few years and then that's it. Look what they've achieved here. But I think there's got to be a level of, just like when Burnley come up, and it was a case of you have to kind of change your the way you play. You can't go and play the way you've been playing in the Championship and then expect it to happen or come good in the Premier League, because you'll get absolutely annihilated, which they did, and companies got promoted from failure. In all honesty, that's my opinion. He's done all right for himself, hasn't he?
Yeah,
definitely done all right for himself. I wouldn't mind that, John.
I don't know. Harry Kane's there. I don't know if I want it.
Yeah, I'll bench you. Yeah, be all right. You're on the bench today, Harry. Next up was Brentford at home. Normally a tricky game. I think they've always given us a problem. I think they are.
Brentford are a good team. They are a good team.
They are good, but I thought we handled the game really well. I thought we dominated the game in a way, and I think it's just nice to get 3 points. And I think at that stage as well, when we're looking at eating up ground and we're trying to make up ground, I don't care. Like I've said, like this year, I'd be happy with 6-1 nils. I couldn't care about how many goals or goal difference or whatever. You know what I mean? It's all about 3 points now and digging in when others drop points. So yeah, that was good, and it led on to our Champions League game. Porto 4-2 on penalties. Who, Brian? Remember that one?
Yeah, so I remember. So I remember Trossard. He scored what 40th minute, like right before the half, and really like his was like that was the only spot where we looked like half a shit. But again, it's Porto. Like I have zero respect for that. Like honestly, I was really worried when we went to penalties because I think it was it was the year before that. When we were playing Sporting, and we came in and we lost on penalties. I personally am just never ever confident if a game goes to pens. I'm just not. Yeah. We went through and rightfully so because I think Raya made two or three saves during that and so yeah, like it worked out. But yeah, it was just not that impressive. Not that impressive for me.
No, I don't think it was impressive. I think it was obviously cagey, and as I said, we're using those kind of arts as well that I like to do. Yeah, Pepe, I think it was just I don't know. You look at like those generational players, and I'll go back. Yeah, could you question him as being world class in his pomp? You could probably say that he probably is on that level and what he's achieved and what he's done.
It's only longevity. It's only longevity. He's been playing for like 900 years.
I know.
I agree with Brian.
But you looked at it and you saw the way he read, the way he commanded everything on that side, the way he played and used the dark arts. It was all experience. It was all everything was like really, really like good quality. You suddenly looked at him, you think it's just like a unit. It's just he's just coming up against the pace and what we've got, and he's still like batting him off. He's just like unbelievable. But
I think his first club was like Eton Old Boys or something like that. Like he invented the term soccer. I'm pretty sure he was involved in inventing the term soccer in like the 1880s.
I mean, you just mentioned, Paul, the dark arts. He used the dark arts to its max, and I think that's what made him look even a better player.
Yeah,
it's like what Brian said. It's more like he served his time. I don't know if he was world class, but he served his time. And when you serve your time, you learn a lot of tricks. You know, to get you through games. So I don't know. Because could you not say the same about Tony Adams as a comparison? You know what I mean? So it's down to personal preference, isn't it? It's not me. I agree with Brian. I think he served his time. I mean, he was kicking the ball as soon as he came out the womb, wasn't he? So
yeah.
You know, do you know what I mean? It's how you look at it.
And that's it. So you look at it and you just think, look, at some point he's going to end it. But as I said, he's playing in a league that isn't as high paced as well, and that's probably given him a few more years as well.
Would he have done something in the Premier League, Paul? You know, do you know?
Yeah, he would have done it. He would have done it by now. I think if he was. I think if anyone done that move that late in his career, then I think just be on a hiding. I look at Casemiro. I think I'd look at that. Exactly. He's a little bit younger than him, but yeah.
He looks burnt out already. Yeah, doesn't he? He looks burnt out already.
Yeah, no, it's too high paced. Yeah, and we then go off to the Etihad.
Oh yeah, you know we.
Bez, what?
Yeah, we parked the bus.
We'll see what's right next. So I'm going to see him talk about that first to begin with.
What?
I said, why you talk about the parking the bus? I'll let you take on the mantelpiece. I'll pass it to you.
No, you go ahead. I just wanted to say that.
Well, I remember, because that was the bus. I think we drew, didn't we, Paul?
0-0.
Yeah, and then the media was starting to give us criticism. Why is Arsenal playing anti-football all of a sudden? I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, we've come away without conceding, and look,
Arteta's a plastic pep, isn't he? Arteta's a plastic pep.
Yeah, but remember, the Scotty Gabriel had a great game, Van Perek, so that's what I care about. He had a cracking game.
Saliba's pocket, wasn't he? What's his name, Ireland?
Well, Be Humble got the Mr. Humble. Let's go, Mr. Humble.
Yeah.
Mr. Humble, yeah. Yeah, look, a lot of talk about that game, weren't there? And it was one of those where, yeah, we dug in, we dug deep, and yeah, we got a point. And to be honest, that could have been a very important point.
Yeah.
Going down to the wire, and yeah, as we know, it wasn't that. I don't think it was that game that lost us the league on that side. But yeah, we didn't lose. We roll on. We finish off. Oh, this
Nothing
is
changed.
up.
Nothing changed again.
Nothing's changing. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. This is my problem. Yeah, this is a platform issue. 100%, because definitely. I've got all of these, and I'll look at them, and they'll be different.
Paul, I hate to tell you, my friend, I hate to tell you, we're having a shocker of a mare of a night tonight.
Oh, I thought we're discussing football.
It's technical issues.
He's having a mare. He's having a mare.
He's having a mare.
He's having a mare.
Sorry, Paul. Sorry, mate. I found out myself. I had too much wine the last couple of days.
You're going to have to give yourself a yellow card then, aren't you?
He's on standby. He's on standby. That's what I'll say to that.
It's not going. Cannot get it. Cannot get this up.
Look, it's all this water's fault. Look at the name of this water.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's the right one.
4 times the charm, this, eh?
2 points.
So 2 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, could have been an important point, and that's where we kind of look at. And yeah, look, it's very tight. And we know what happened and everything like that. But yeah, who wants to take me through April?
Chelsea, I can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, go on.
I was there thanks to you, Paul, first of all. I was there against Chelsea. Beautiful seat, by the way. Beautiful seat, beautiful scenery.
What are you doing? Why are you jumping ahead?
Oh, you said April, though.
It's 22 days before.
Okay, look. It's done.
So we play Luton.
Red card, mate. Your red card. You're off.
Yeah. Yeah, Luton 2-0 at home, which was decent. I think they were a turn up from a promoted team. I thought they come out and put some good performances in.
I was going to say they really tried last season. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, and then a very tricky trip to Brighton, and they say that is normally a total like banana skin. And obviously we've got them coming up as well this year. After New Year's Day's game. Yeah. So, 3-0 away from home against Brighton.
Are you entertained? Are you entertained?
Oh, I was very entertained then. That was my birthday as well, so I was fairly intoxicated for that game, and I think I fell off my chair like cheering one of the goals. I think just it was that's how good it got. We then went on to play Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals at home in the first leg.
Ouch.
Yeah. Mark, do you want to recollect your thoughts on that?
Do you know what? We absolutely smashed Bayern Munich in the first 20 minutes, and I was devastated. Ben White, I remember Ben White's chance. Ben White's chance there, he was going through. We were 1-0 up, we're pressing them, they had nothing. Guys, someone's on, put yourself on mute just for a second because I'm getting massive feedback off my earphones, please. Ben White was clean through. If he finishes that, we're 2-0 up. and then that's it. The game's done, and then we didn't take that chance. There's a long punt up the field, and Sonny runs through, and I've never been so frustrated as an Arsenal fan during that game. Honestly, I've never in my life have I been so, apart from 2006 Champions League final. I was gutted, Paul. Paul, I was absolutely gutted. We dominated that game. Naivety, possibility. I'll give it that. But it was just, we were flying. We were absolutely flying at that point. And I honestly, I remember going back and thinking we're ready to get one of the majors this season, the league or the Champions League. And it was at that point I was convinced 1,000,000% this is happening. Right now, this is happening. And it was just Kivior made the pass. Kivior got the blame for it. Jorginho, I think it was, that didn't pick the ball up, or Declan. It was either Jorginho or Declan didn't pick the ball up, and then it came through, bro. And I've never, honestly, I was so devastated. It's like, this team deserves better.
Yeah, for the record, that was a pin at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, the Kane took a penalty, didn't he?
No. When at the end of the game, when Saka was dribbling in and Neuer took him out, that was 100%.
Yeah, it was a penalty, bro, but it was mentality as well, because if you don't take your chances and at this level, you don't win anything. You don't, and it's simple as that. And it's regardless of referees. It's regardless. I'm Brian. I'm with you on that. 1,000,000% with you. 1,000,000% I'm with you on that. I was freaking gutted. Absolutely gutted. I thought it Stonewall penalty, but we did not do ourselves justice in that game.
Mark, I don't get why we always try to disregard referees whenever they make mistakes or cost us points. That was a clear penalty for everybody to see. So I don't see why you're saying the player didn't take their chances. That's a clear penalty. It's daylight robbery. We should call it that for what it is.
However, if we took our chances, it does not come down to the referee, Daniel, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
The referee is there to officiate the game to the standard, whereby the team getting an opportunity to win the game.
Daniel, it's Arsenal Football Club, and why I'm so harsh on them is down to the fact of mentality. If Declan Rice, I've watched players kick the ball away. I've saw players throw the ball away. I've saw delays and restarts. I've saw a Stonewall penalty.
No, man,
that should have been given. But Daniel, we need to rise above that. Our standards have to rise.
How can your standards rise if you're getting yellows that other teams aren't?
Okay, Brian, to come back at that, I'll give you it. And I didn't want to start this early, but it never ends, so I guess we can't start it. How can our standards rise? Take your fucking chances and score goals.
But
that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that, looking at it from this season, the Declan Rice second yellow, in nowhere is that a second yellow. Like, that is an absolutely ridiculous call from a fucking joke of a referee. And we could have been up 8-0 at that point, and it would still be a fucking joke of a call.
Pause
it would still be a fucking joke.
Pause for a second. We could have been up 8-0.
Right,
we're coming back to reflect. We're coming back to reflect on referees making a decision that they want. See, the best referees in the world.
But it still doesn't make the referee right.
No, that doesn't. Daniel, I do not care about the referees.
Why?
Because I do not. Because Arsenal Football Club should be better than that. They should be better than that.
Don't leave it up to the ref. Don't leave it up
Exactly,
to the ref.
100%. Take
Go on,
go
mate.
8-0 up. Go 8-0 up. Get a
Mike,
second yellow card. So be it.
Mike,
We're 8-0
So
up.
Mark,
We're
you're
down to
telling
10
me
men.
you're trying to show me now that you go like Arsenal go into a game and they have a player like 2 or 3 players being sent off, and you see expect Arsenal to win that game. You're playing against it. Let's say you're playing against a team in the
Let's pick up the referee thing when we go into this season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah,
I don't want to get my red cards out or my red cards.
Paul, we had quite a few controversies in the Ipswich game.
Yeah, we will get to them. We'll get to them.
Yeah, he was wearing a blindfold.
So after Bayern Munich,
Yep. Wolves.
Aston Villa at home.
Aston Villa at home. Aston Villa.
2-0 defeat.
What happened? What happened in that game?
Oh yeah. That the Ollie Watkins goal, wasn't it?
We're on a game. We're on a 16 out of the games. We were on a 16-game winning run. We drew at the Etihad, and we lost Aston Villa, sandwiched in between Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That is the truth what happened. Why?
Is that the game you were also saying that lost us? That's why we lost the league.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm not saying that. I've never said that at all, Bez.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Des, I've never said that. Do you see where we lost the league? Was pre-Christmas.
Right.
The West Ham game, where we didn't play badly. We just couldn't. Well, I mean, we had 30 odd shots on goal.
Yeah.
And it was either being blocked or put over the bar. Well, I think we could have played for about 400 hours. So I think we probably still wouldn't have had a goal.
Yeah.
It was just one of those games, and you'll always get those.
Paul, feel my way. You cannot make an excuse for that.
No, but I said this previously on one of the shows. That season, we played unbelievable 37 of those 38 games. That Fulham game was a performance from yesterday. Yeah, that was it. And then you suddenly think, had we have got that result, bearing in mind we scored after 3 or 4 minutes, and then we regressed into some real poor kind of performance. That 2 points or 3 points, obviously having a win, would have, we'd have been sitting here with a different rhetoric, wouldn't we? We'd be celebrating. But look, it didn't happen. What were our takes on that Villa game in between Munich? Because I think it was one of those games. What would you have prioritised?
It was a rock and a hard place, Paul.
Yeah.
Do you stick?
It's a domino effect. It's a domino.
Yeah, do you stick or twist? That's where it was for me personally. Yeah. Do you stick or twist? Do you go for the Champions League? Like I last season, I'll be that guy. I did not say once I want the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I don't want these trophies. I want one of the majors. So do you stick or twist? And Arteta was just caught bang in between both of them. I think Bayern Munich this is not a Bayern Munich that we were up against last season that was the best Bayern Munich side ever in the world of history. It wasn't. It was not the Bayern Munich that embarrassed Arsenal. It wasn't.
No.
We could have took them. They still got Dyer in their central defence. I wanted them. When the draw came out, I remembered, I want Bayern Munich. We've got a score to sell. 1,000,000%.
I went to the away leg in Munich, and I was sitting with the Munich fans. It was quite an experience.
That'd be a good experience.
Good experience. Lots of beer. I love German life. It's quite nice.
Yeah, Paul, for me, it was dire. It was dire. I can't even using that freaking word with their central defender. We should have smashed them, bro. We were on so much. We were on so much form. We were flying. We had everything, and they two games. And I used this, and you caught me up, Paul, and fair play to you for doing that. I'll come back at you. I will come back at you. You caught me up for using the antic of Dundee United losing in '87, one cup final, Scottish Cup final to St Mirren, and then we went on to lose the second, well, we drew the second leg of the UEFA Cup back then. And I think that's what happened to Arsenal that day. We just confidence dipped, and it went to shit. It went to shit, and we did not go over the line, and we deserved that, Paul. We deserved that more than anything else on my life. We deserved that. We're an organic club. We freaking deserved that more than anything. And that this memory will never leave me whatsoever of what we did.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
it was a bitter pill to swallow. Yeah, certainly going there as well. And you're right. That Munich team was not the team of yesteryear. What one of the ones that we've come up against. They've got a few individuals, but they're not. Yeah, they're not like they were. But yeah, it's just gutting. But as I said, yeah, look, I think we need to be a bit more braver. I think in that second leg. Other than that, I just don't think.
Paul, I actually thought that we were brave. I think we actually were very brave in the second leg, bro. Honestly, I thought we were brilliant. I'm getting major feedback. I should stop your earphones. I thought we were fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to switch them off. We were fantastic in the second leg. It was the home leg. The home leg that done it for me. And it all crashed at that point, Paul.
Oh no, we lost it in the second. We lost it in the first leg just solely for the fact that we obviously we were winning 1-0 and then we go and lose two goals in about 10-15 minutes in the first half. I don't. Well, yeah. Look, all I see is I think at times we kind of controlled the game. Obviously, a lot better than when we have done over there previously. But I still think we just could have been a bit more. Maybe just have a bit more. Again, I'm still looking at like the side, and you look at it is what it is, isn't it? You maybe need something more than Havertz up top. And this is another thing that we have to discuss down the line, don't we? This kind of attacking option and whatever, but we'll drift into that a little bit later. But anyone else got any thoughts on Champions League exit? Or
yeah, I want to say something like within those 3 games, I think that's where our season ended last season and where we lost everything. The 2-2, the first leg, the 2-0 loss to Aston Villa, and the 1-0 loss to Bayern Munich. I think that's where our season ended in April. So in isolation, the game, I think I'm echoing something. I don't know. The game against Bayern Munich, we should play 2-2. We're so immature. That's the word. That's the word I'll use, because if Ben White has scored the chance he had in the first half, I think we could have gone 2-0 up, and going 2-0 up against the Bayern Munich team that's not as great as the likes of the ones we've seen, Jeruben, Frank Ribery, Bayern Munich, would have wiped the floor of them. But we made a mistake in the back, and I still blame Raya for that. Raya was in the no man's land. What's going on?
I'm lost.
All right. Well, Daniel, let me piggyback on that a little bit. So yes, Raya made the mistake, and like I said last week or whatever, Raya always has a mistake in him. He just does. It's going to happen. But I don't like this. I don't like the idea here that this wasn't the best Bayern Munich team. It was still Bayern Munich. We were still playing in Munich. Like this idea that, and I'm sorry, maybe this is me being a little pessimistic, which would be completely out of character for me, as SEMA and the B team can confirm. I don't think right this second that we have the quality, and we certainly didn't have it last year, but I don't think we have the quality right now to win the Champions League. This idea that, we should finish all our chances. Guess what? Holland doesn't even finish all his chances, and he's a fucking robot. We don't, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect out there. And for you to win the Champions League in and of itself, you have to be virtually perfect. For you to win the league, and I've got plenty of stats on this for after this, but to win the league, you have to be virtually perfect. And this idea where we should be perfect, no, it's not possible. You only have to have somebody be less perfect than you are, if that makes sense. And going into Munich, you're already going to be less perfect than they are, no matter what it is.
Yeah, Brian, to answer to your question, the reason why someone like me will come on and say it's not like the Bayern of the old, because the Bayern of the old, I've never seen an Arsenal team play Bayern Munich and have 13 shot on goal. So that goes to show you that this is not the Bayern Munich of before, and this is not the Arsenal of before. The Arsenal of before can't stand Bayern Munich. But the Arsenal we currently see is Bayern Munich and have an SB of 1.8 in the game and had 13 attempts on goal, 4 shots on target in that game. On the Arsenal playing Munich, we didn't get to see that. That's why someone like me will come and say, this is not the Bayern of the old. We would have won the game if we had scored the second goal in that game, because we had the chances to score in that game very, very early after taking the lead. We had another chance through Ben White to score in that game. So that's the reason why I can say it's not the Bayern Munich of the old, because the Bayern Munich of old normally trash Arsenal 5-1, 4-0. That's what I used to know. So that's why I can say this is not the Bayern Munich of old. Does that answer the question?
Yeah. No. I've always said.
Brian, you're on mute.
Yeah. Premier League over anything. I think at this stage, and I said, look, when we talk about Real Madrid, we talk about that level. We're not there. We're not there number-wise. We're not there. Look, even like City, and I still said, look, we appear to have narrowed the bridge to get to them, to get to their level, mainly because they've imploded, and then subconsciously aware of 150 charges being dropped on their heads, and get about ready to hear that in the next couple of months.
130. Yeah,
130. Yeah, sorry, it's 115 plus 15 in brackets. Yeah, that's their new club title. It was mate, that journey home from Munich though, disappointing. And Bez, moving on to brighter things, Chelsea.
Where do I start, my friend?
I don't know. What was the score?
5-0 with 11 men each.
Yeah, that was good. Good game, wasn't it? Very good game.
Give me your ticket first of all.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
The echo is doing my ear, man. Hello?
Can you hear you?
Yeah, but some bad echoes do my ear. My head hurts when I hear this echo. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's just the echo is not helping my head, that's all.
Who's got on mute?
Yeah, I muted my mic to see if it was coming from me, but it wasn't coming from me. So I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah. I'll soldier on. The show must go on, by the way, Paul. The show must go on.
Who's is it still happening?
Yep.
Still happening?
Let me try now. No, it's stopped now. A little bit. It's stopped now a little bit. Anyway, it's better now. It's better now than it was before.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, beautiful game. We turned out from the block. Sky Harvest did his best to celebrate, which I wanted to celebrate because the way we got treated by the Chelsea fans was terrible. And then Ben White's double was nice. Did he mean the second goal? Was it a cross? Was it a goal? I don't give a damn.
No, it was good. That was a good finish, and it was a crazy game, wasn't it? Seema, what did you think?
What did I think? Are we
Yeah,
still on the Brian game?
no, the Chelsea game.
Oh well, that's a doddle, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
was such a doddle. Come on, our London rivals. Yeah, 5-0. Yeah.
They were shocking.
To be honest, it was exciting. I think I was there for that game actually.
Should
I
be.
don't remember because I was traveling quite a bit from February on to April. So, but yeah, I mean, it was great to see that, you know, we had all the goals. We took Chelsea out basically. And what more could we want? And at that point, I think we all were thinking we're flying because, okay, we lost to Bayern. We got knocked out, but, you know, at least we were flying the league still, you know, and we still had the hope that we're nearing that line. But
Yeah,
we know what happened. But yeah, that's all I can say. I mean, it was great to see Ben White scoring. So, you know, at that point, we're thinking, oh my God, you know, our defenders can score, you know, and who needs a striker, you know?
I love his celebration story, boys. Like, I didn't mean to do that. It wasn't me. Like,
that's the one we were talking about, wasn't it? Yeah, no, that was the one. And it was like, you know, I'm celebrating.
I'll say this quickly, Paul. I love the fact Odegaard did this to the fans. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Rub it into the silver. Rub it in. He's like, he's in front of me. I'm like, oh my God.
By the way, do we have any news on him? Because not much has been released, right, about how his rehab's going. Ben White talking about.
Nothing at all.
No, that's been very quiet.
Yeah.
Very quiet in the Western Front, as they say, right?
Yeah. No, look, Des, what were your thoughts on Chelsea turning up?
What a game!
On that game, yeah.
Yeah,
turning up.
Yeah, well, £1 billion spent didn't show £1 billion worth of quality, did it? So, great goals. Ben White's goal for me was a goal. I don't care what anybody thinks. Ben White's was a goal. It wasn't a cross. It was just one of them good ones. It was like, for example, it was like Cunha the other day when he took his corner and it went in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was one of those. Great match. And we basically stuck two fingers up at Mudryk, didn't we? So,
yeah.
And we dodged the bullet there with the old drug charges, didn't we? So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. See what happens with that one, but yeah.
But do you know the stats on that game, Paul? It's crazy. The
Chelsea one was ridiculous, yeah.
They had more possession, and their pass rate was 630 to our 497.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. But the great thing was we had 27 shots. And we had 10 on target. They only had one.
Yeah, they're just too open and just all over the shop. And
Yeah.
at that point, that was it. Yeah, I think I've got some issues on my side. I think the echo's coming from me, apparently.
The Cole Palmer issue didn't realise that either, did it? He wasn't a threat.
No. I'm going to pass you over to Mark now. Mark is taking over.
Isn't he always?
Well, we all know he does. Yeah, that's just his personality. He does take over.
Yeah.
I can't see him. I can't hear him.
Are you there, Mark?
Yeah. I'll just carry on then.
He's cooking the pot.
Could be the part. I'm going to go next up, North London Derby, and this was the game I was dreading.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It was always that one, wasn't it? It was like, oh no, they're gonna end it, aren't they? They're gonna end it, and it was like, God, go on then, Brian. 3-2 to the Arsenal. Oh, hold on.
So yeah, I mean, I'm always scared in a derby. I'm always scared in a derby. You know, shit. I'm just like going back here now, trying to remember everything. You know, Son is the new Harry Kane. You know, in getting pens and scoring the pens. You know, I think we did have to hold on there at the end. But I also think, and you know, Daniel, I am 100% behind you on this one. This was a Michael Oliver special. This was a Michael Oliver special. You know, not that I'm not going to say he was doing literally everything he could to fuck us, but I did some analysis a while back because I'm a big old nerd, and you know, the longer I'm on these podcasts, the more you'll realize that. And of all the clubs that Michael Oliver has refereed for his entire Premier League career, he has given us the most red cards. He has given us the most yellow cards per game. Like, it is farcical. It is like just silliness whenever he referees one of our games. He sits, like, whenever we're playing him, you know, whenever he's reffing a game, it's 12v11. And so it's almost difficult to pull any real analysis out of that because you don't have control over the referee, you know?
That's a fair point, Brian. 1,000,000%. And however, Brian, to come into the second part of the show, which I would say is the most important part of the show, Arsenal's future, where we are.
Wait, was that a question for me?
It was.
Yeah, it was a question straight at you, Brian. Where are we at for the Arsenal's future?
I mean that's a very broad question. That's a very broad question. Like, I personally, like, I'm optimistic about the future. Like, you know, we can definitely go, you know, way down into the rabbit hole as far as, you know, what success means, you know, and what we want to see. But I'm happy, you know, knowing where we've been, you know, from the end of the Wenger era, from the Emery era, you know, to where we are now. We are trending up, and so, you know, I do have a lot of optimism about where we're going.
Can anybody else come in on that? Is that all right, Mark?
Yeah. Bez, Bez, give your take on that, bro.
On the Spurs game, right?
No, the Spurs game. We're talking now. We're moving the show on to the future of Arsenal Football Club.
Well, you asked me the question, I respond because I missed half of the Brian Douglas miles away. But what do you want to ask me, please?
Yeah, Bez, if you want to come in, then we'll hear from Des as well. Where is Arsenal future? Where right now is Arsenal Football Club headed? What is the direction that we're going in?
I'm hoping for us to win a big trophy sooner or later, in my eyes. On the new year, come the new year, basically.
Sorry, I'm not sure if you're hearing my question or not, and I'm going to mute myself because we are getting bad feedback tonight. So maybe you should. To repeat it again, what direction are we headed in?
For me personally, my answer to you is I'm hoping for the new calendar year to showcase what we had a nice 24, now to showcase what we made of to try and win a trophy for next calendar year.
Right, bro. Des, you, bro?
I'm going down an avenue, right? This is how I feel. Basically, 1st of January, get Gyökeres, right? Send Sterling back because he isn't the answer. And we need backup for Saka. We need backup for Odegaard. The back four, I think, are okay. But we need to build for the future, we need to build the team. It's already been said tonight. We're lacking in places. We haven't got the quality to win something at the moment. I believe people have said that, right? So how do you get the quality? You go out there and you buy it. And with Saka's injury as well now and him being out for months, we need to go and spend money. If you want to do something, I mean, it may even be too late this season, to be quite honest with you. But if you want to do something this season, you have to go and spend money. And
why do you think Gyökeres is the guy, though?
Because I just think he suits Arsenal's play. I mean, Mark would probably come back at me and say Osimhen. Yeah. For me personally, I think Gyökeres suits the way Arsenal play, and I think he's a prolific goal scorer. And we're missing, no disrespect to Kai Havertz because he's done his best, right? But we're missing a prolific goal scorer, Brian. Yeah.
But the Portuguese league is, basically a farmers' league.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That doesn't. Hold on. Let me do my 2 pence, right? Let me do my 2 pence. I'm not saying you're wrong, Brian. What I'm saying is, it's all about styles of football. Yeah, for me, from my point of view, and I feel that Gyökeres feeding off of Odegaard, Saka, they suit him. They suit the way he plays. And I can understand that it's a weaker league, but here's your opportunity to shine even more, isn't it? Grab the nettle, take your chance. We're all about taking your chances. And I think Gyökeres would take his chances. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I want to hear from Seema. Caviar, champagne, Santi Cazorla. Seema, I was coming back at you with this.
I know you are.
You knew.
My ground. Okay,
so
here's
Seema,
a perfect example,
what's your take?
My take is right. Perfect example. Look at Miles Lewis Kelly. How that boy stepped up. That boy became a man in that game. Okay, so that's homegrown. We haven't had to buy him in. We made him. He was trained to play the Arsenal way. You're going to bring someone in from another country, playing in another league, and then they're going to have to try and fit in the Premiership way, the Arsenal way. It ain't going to be done this season. It's going to be next season.
Yeah, but Seema, that's what I said. I basically said it's too late. I personally feel, right, it's too late this season.
Yeah.
So we need to get ready for next. So bring someone like
But we haven't lost this season yet. So it's kind of like saying, oh, well, let's just give it up, right? Let's not even try.
I don't mean it like that. But to
No,
use.
no, I don't mean you personally. I'm talking about a lot of the other fans, right?
Okay.
It's almost like we've thrown in the towel. Why? Because Liverpool are marching ahead, right? We shouldn't worry about them marching ahead. We should be worried about us stepping up and bringing in these young guns to play.
Totally agree.
Play.
Yeah,
Why did we not bring in Weary on? Come on, Ipswich have been battered by the other teams, and yet we only put one past them. What happened? Were we sleeping in that game?
Can I just say on that in Wary, Seema, sorry to butt in, but why didn't? Yeah, I agree with you. Why wasn't he playing in?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he playing in Saka's place?
Yeah.
Because he can. He doesn't have to be in the midfield.
Exactly.
You know, why isn't he on the field for Saka while Saka's injured? Yeah. What did he do? He put Trossard on Martinelli's side, Martinelli on Saka's side. I would have given against Ipswich as well. No disrespect, they're really, really trying, but I would have tried Mweri on.
But they didn't switch in the second half.
Did they not? I thought they did.
No.
Martinelli
stayed on this side, in the side that he would normally be.
I stand corrected. But why didn't they? That was the game to try it. If any game was to try it, get it tried. You know.
Yeah.
And I just want to say one more thing about the Gyökeres thing as well, just quickly.
Yeah.
Release clauses. Use these release clauses. If you're going to go for players, use the release clauses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that made me so happy when we hit the release clause with Partey. And maybe this is my, Diego Simeone agenda, but oh my God, it my heart grew 3 sizes when it was like, oh, it's 2,300 and your deadline for your offer is 2,359. Well, guess what, motherfucker? We just got the release clause to the office. You can't do shit about it.
Yeah, you know what?
Can I say something to that?
Brian? No. 2 seconds, because we may move it on. Brian, see the fact that you've just said that is actually the point that disappoints me with Arsenal fans, and I'm going to move it on and ask questions, okay? But the fact that you've just said that you were happy to the 23rd hour of a transfer window to get something over the line, you should question yourself, bro, when it comes to Arsenal Football Club. Why don't we not do the first minute of January transfer window? Why does Arsenal Football Club I'm going to come to Paul and then we'll go back around the lines again. Why do Arsenal Football Club always leave it to 23:59 to get a signing over the line, even if it's a release clause? Paul, come through, bro.
I just look. I think personally, a lot of the deals are very complicated. They can be complicated. Again, there probably is value. We're trying to get the best value as well. We're trying to negotiate. Do you want to pay over the odds? Again, I'm not sure. But I thought that was probably a bit of business. Maybe they were thinking they weren't going to get a Thomas Partey, and then all of a sudden, something comes around late on in the window.
Well,
and then the opportunity comes off.
Here's an example, guys, right? I'm like you. I must admit, Mark, I'm like you. Get it done on the first day, yeah? But then I can also appreciate where Brian's coming from as well, because it's the icing on the cake, isn't it? But, for example, here's my example. Isak from Newcastle. He's been priced out the market because Newcastle want silly money for him. But yet he would be.
I'm not sure what money they're going to demand for him.
Well,
I'm not sure.
They
I'm not
said
sure.
They want 150.
Mate,
they said they want 150.
It's 150 million before you've even signed the paper.
Oh, for goodness sake!
So
I would be looking at that, and again, I'll be looking at as the player as well.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Gyökeres, and I'm suddenly saying again, I'm proving we want to spend 100 million or 90 million on him. Isak would be the number one. He's done it. He's done it. And if you're going to pay 80, 90, if Arsenal come in with a bid of, bearing in mind Newcastle paid 60 odd million for him. If Arsenal come in with an offer of about 80, 85 million for him,
they wouldn't take
him.
They wouldn't take it.
No, but they might not, but they may have to sell.
But the problem is there.
The player.
Surely, I agree. I would have Isaac tomorrow. I would have Gyökeres or Isaac tomorrow, right? But 150 million. That's what. So let's just say, right? They bought him at 60. Yeah, you've just offered.
Yeah.
Did you just offer 80? You just offered 80, didn't you?
80, 85.
Yeah.
Or we could go up to 100.
Yeah, but
if we're talking about Gyökeres.
Yeah, no, I get it. But are we going to go to 150 million?
No, we wouldn't go that far.
But that's what.
But as I said, I don't think any club will pay 150.
Well,
Not even Real Madrid.
Unless he's got a release clause, I don't think they'll bite, mate. But you could.
But there's a part of me that also suddenly thinks if club has put that price on him, he wants Champions League football.
Yeah.
If the Champions League club,
they don't want it to go, then, do they? That's the thing.
Well, I'm going to come through with your take, bro. Yeah, Bez. Come through.
Unmute yourself, Bez, mate.
Can't hear you, mate. Yellow card.
That's a red card. He's had 2 yellows.
Yeah.
Hello.
He's on 3 yellows now.
Anyway, so Bez, I'm saying now he's valued at 75 million euros, sorry. I think he's worth that much, but not beyond 90 million, no.
That's fair play. Daniel, I've not brought you in. Daniel, I've not brought you in at all. The question was, why do we not sign a Thomas Partey that has a release clause until the 23rd hour and 59 minutes, rather than signing on the 1st of January, the 1st of the transfer window? What's your take on that, bro?
I just feel like it's business strategy. Same way a lot of people went to the Christmas period for looking for a slash in the price, looking for promo. If it doesn't happen, I think that's not expecting that Atletico Madrid was going to budge to their price, to their demand, and seeing that Atletico Madrid were not ready to reduce the asking price, and it's either the release clause or nothing. So I think that's the only reason why I think Arsenal left it that late, because in my opinion, I don't think it's wise for you to go and just go on the first day of the transfer window and pay a release clause for a player you know you can actually make a deal for. There's a bid going on. The club have put in a bid. The selling club refuses. There's a bargaining state going on there. So same way you just talked about Gyökeres. Gyökeres, for me, on the first day, I don't think Arsenal should just go and put in the release clause and get the player, because I know fully well if Arsenal go on right now and put in a release clause to sign Gyökeres, this fan base will still come and tell you that why didn't we put the release clause in the summer? Why didn't we get the player in the summer? Why wait in the January before we pay in the release clause, knowing fully well that it's actually the release clause or nothing? But in the case of Thomas Partey, it wasn't actually the release clause or nothing. It was actually a case whereby the club are trying to bargain for a cheaper deal for the selling club to actually budge. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And the only way Arsenal could get the player, because Mikel needed Thomas Partey and wanted him, and they had to go all out and pay the release clause. So I don't think that's the reason why. But if I have to go by your point, Mark, I think Arsenal, we have that nature of doing things late. That I will agree. But in isolation on the Thomas Partey situation, I think it was all about bargaining power to see if the selling club is going to budge to the price Arsenal are bidding for the player.
Mark, I'll tell you something I'm really annoyed with as well, just to expand on it just a little bit more. I'm fed up with every player we seem to go for. We're in a bidding war with Chelsea. You know what I mean? So it's like they're always trying to, I don't know, always trying to outbid anybody. I mean, they've got enough players to do 3 teams, you know? But as I genuinely think no one is going to get Isaac for 150 million. Going back to that,
Des, I'm not even interested in the 150 million. I want to come back, and I'm not giving my opinion on this, so I'm going to. I apologise.
That's fine.
I'm going to. Arsenal approached the Thomas Partey, who had this release clause. We didn't even negotiate with the club whatsoever. We did not. All we had to do was go to La Liga, slap down £40 million, the player's yours. We left it until almost 12 o'clock or the final minute. That was the question I was asking. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Every one of you have went a roundabout way to make excuses for our football club, our owners, our sporting director, everyone. Not one of you address the simple fact, slap 40 million down is your player. We slapped money down on Vieira. Why did we get him? Because no one else wanted him.
Hello.
There was some issues with the squad, wasn't there? Before he signed, though, I think if I remember correctly, we had a massive squad, didn't we? Back then when he signed,
didn't we have to get rid of a couple of players to get him?
We let Torreira go the other way.
That's right. Yeah.
And then Guendouzi as well to Berlin, and that freed up finance and the space for Partey to come in. Had they ever
I don't think it's fair to say, like, I don't think it's fair to criticize, we waited till the last minute. We waited till the last minute. Like, we still got the player. Like, we haven't missed out on any player that we really, really wanted. Yeah. So don't give me this bullshit about like we're not playing FIFA here. This is not FIFA career mode where you can just, slide the money over and, the avatar of Pep comes over and says, I want X amount of money. It doesn't work like that. We're talking about release clauses. We're talking about like all this legal stuff that has to go into it. You're not just writing checks. And I think that, of course I'm shit talking Mark while he's gone. And like, I'm just going to buy him a plane ticket for wherever he is so he can fly over here and punch me in the face. But this idea where it's just a debit card or something like that, like that's nonsensical. Like that is nonsensical. When you're talking about, amortizing the transfer fees over the life of the contract, like Chelsea was getting away with a couple of years ago. If you're talking about breaking the payments themselves up into, here every or however we did with West Ham. I think we broke it into payments. Like I don't want you to catch me lying on that, but I think we did that for Declan Rice. It's not just as easy as whipping out the checkbook, and I think there needs to be the understanding from the fan base in general that like this is more complicated than we think it is.
Oh, most definitely, it most definitely is, Brian. It's not. But end of the day, as I said before, and I think Mark was getting a little bit passionate there, right? I did say get it done as soon as possible, and I did say use release clauses. Thank you, Daniel. Use the release clauses because that's what they're there for. Get it? I tell you now, right? 12 a.m. on January the 1st, right? If by 12 in the morning we've got Gokayev because of a release clause, I'm going to be happy. But if we got him at if we got him at 23:59 on the final day, I'm going to be just as happy. But I just think as a club, we need to start doing things faster, and because all it does is make the fans, whether you're the toxic fan base or the good fan base like we are, all it does is make fans go, well, why have you let us down? If you're not going to go, rumors are great, but rumors don't buy your players. Yeah, release clauses buy your players, and just going out there and get the player buys your players. Not, how many times were we going to buy? I don't know.
Benzema.
Yeah. But what was that AR bloke? I've probably got his name totally wrong. Every season he was linked to us for about 5 seasons, and we never went and got him. You know. So don't. I don't really swear on these, but I'm going to, right? Don't fill us full of bullshit. Don't fill us full of bullshit. Go out there and show intent. If you go and get a player, to me, you're all about the future. You have to show intent. If you don't show intent, then we're just standing still.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Like,
don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to boil anybody's piss here. I'm just, if you go and get a player that 50% of the fan base like, as an example, you're showing intent. All right. Obviously, you want the fan base more like 75, 80%, or even 100%. But you're actually showing intent. And that's what Arsenal have lacked for years. They don't show the intent. Yeah, if they go and get us a lovely signing that we think, oh, yeah, he might make a difference. They make a difference, but they don't show intent. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I do, and to a certain extent, I agree. But conversely, if we're doing a lot of our negotiations on the DL, then that means that Chelsea can't sweep in, can't swoop in and steal somebody. Like, I mean, yes, we dodged a bullet with Mudryk, and Jesus fuck, I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah.
But like, if we're able to keep our negotiations on the DL, then prices aren't going to get inflated. And of course, you can go so far into it as like, well, what's a good fee? Can you put a fee on a goal per season, whatever like that. But just because there may not be, all right. So I don't know if Futurama was big over there, but there's a great quote that I use like every day, like whether it's, being a leader in the Navy, whether it's at work, whatever. But the quote is, when you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Yeah. And that is the way that you're supposed to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Brian. I really do. You do things on the down low, but you just get it done. You get it done quietly. You don't have to make big noises. You don't have to always bang your cymbals and bang your drums. Yeah? Do the sneaky. If you've got to do the sneaky, do the sneaky. It's the dark arts of signing people. Do it. I totally agree, mate. Absolutely, totally agree.
Good. Well, I'm not even sure where Mark is.
I reckon his laptop's lost power, mate.
He's here, but he's not. Yeah. He's not here. I only come back on there, and I questioned about the squad size, and then it almost like he just blew up. Then he just like almost self-combusted and just literally just like exited.
I thought the brain vessels was going to explode, mate. He was getting into that mode.
Yeah. He's got there. Yeah. I mean, it could have turned green.
Yeah, he's not wrong in what he's saying. It's just we've all said the same thing.
Yeah, well, we all want the same goal.
Yeah, of course we do.
At the end of the day, Bez is back.
In and out like a fiddler's elbow, isn't he?
I know. He's
the first time this has happened.
He's like,
to me, the first time this happened.
It's like he's Bez in, Bez out, Bez in, Bez out. Yellow card again.
That's 4 yellow cards. You've got 2 red cards, mate.
4 yellow cards and 2. How come you see here?
I must admit, Bez, I've got to be honest with you. I'm jealous of what you're wearing, mate. I wanted to get hold of that one. You can't get it anymore.
You can if you look on eBay, my friend.
I'm not paying eBay prices for it, mate.
I think Mark's on another camera.
Yeah.
Is he?
he's doing his own show.
He just dropped his camera.
Nice knees.
He just dropped it.
He's playing with himself.
Stop it.
That's definitely, that might be a.
He was holding that camera.
That may be a straight.
That's how tall he is.
That might.
There he is.
Bez, you've got to be careful. That might get us a strike, mate.
I heard all that, and that was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
It
we have
me.
a female on the show. We have a female on the show, and we use just ourselves to that language. I'm not disappointed, gentlemen.
Mark, I've just seen parts of you I never thought I'd see.
I was saying that I tried to say no on the phone, and I wasn't getting it at all.
So while you was
I don't
away, oh, he's gone again. While you was away, Brian made a very good point.
Okay, go for it, bro.
You talk a load of crap. That's what he said. That's what he basically said, Mark. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mark. Can you confirm that is your expertise?
God damn. There's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a top rope on that.
No, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to drop you in it.
No, that's all right, guys.
Can you please confirm that that is your expertise?
Yeah, my expertise is I speak a lot of crap, and none of you are disconnected from my football club.
Even
I wholeheartedly point this out to every single one of you that you guys do not want to win, and I am a deluded Arsenal fan.
Excuse me,
And
I'm
as simple as that, Brian, to come back at you with that, and I know it's a going joke within
I was
the group
joking.
He was joking, Mark.
Brian, how good is American owners? Could you point any one of them out to me, bro?
It is. I am so glad you brought that up.
Good. Let's have it. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation
Paul,
about
can you get
shit.
the cards out? Paul, get the
Let's
cards
have
out.
a conversation about shit American owners.
All right. Hear me out on this one. So, in Man U's case, I went deep on this one.
Mark,
The Glazers took over at Man U in 2003, right? Since 2003, they have won 3 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 5 Premier Leagues, including 3 in a row, 1 Champions League. They got to another Champions League final and lost. They've won a Europa League. Liverpool, Gillette and Hicks took over in 2007. They didn't win shit. FSG came in 2010. Since then, they've won an FA Cup, 3 League Cups, 1 Premier League, and a Champions League. West Ham, David Sullivan took over in 2010. They obviously they haven't done that much because they're West Ham, and that's not that's not shitting on them. They just don't have the resources that other clubs have. But they've won a Europa Conference League since Kroenke came in 2011. We won 4 FA Cups. So don't sit there and tell me that American owners suck.
Right,
Do not sit there and tell me that.
So come back to
American owners suck.
No, Des, please. Come back to the Kroenkes. They actually came in 2006, 2007. There was a power struggle. Arsenal Football Club budgeted £190 million for the Emirates Stadium. I actually got to 380. It doubled in the price of what we were selling. Arteta
that's the cost of construction.
No, please. This is what we were told. Okay, we were promised when we left Highbury. We had Dennis Bergkamp, Marco Vermaas, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira. All this would it's fine. We could go on and sign more players. The Kroenkes bought part ownership during that period. They then moved on from that period, downgraded my legend of a manager, Arsene Wenger, but the fan base turned against because they were in a power struggle. All the way through to, I think it was 2015, and then they fought off one person to finally get control of our football club. They finally had the power. They finally had the power of my football club. They put a project in place. What did they do to do that? Stan stood back, this multi-billionaire, brilliant American owner that has a SoFi Stadium, successful businesses across. They put his son in charge, a novice at the top. Then they put in a sporting director, novice at the top. Then they put in a manager, novice at the top. No, Brian, I'm coming for you, bro. At the top, 3 novices.
Oh, I'm coming right back. Don't worry.
3 novices running my football club. I'm an Arsenal fan. If I had £1 billion pounds, and I spent all that money on my football club and it drops dead because I've not put the right structure in place, whose fault is that? Whose fault is
no
that,
one
Brian?
spends $1 billion.
Well, first of all,
Todd
Stan
Boehly did,
Kroenke
see,
made
man.
his Stan Kroenke made his money in real estate development. Stan Kroenke has put really, really good sporting people in place when it comes to the Rams, when it comes to the Denver Nuggets. Not necessarily when it comes to
What
the
about
Colorado
Arsenal
Rapids,
Football
because nobody
Club?
gives a shit
What
about.
about Arsenal Football Club? I don't
Hang
give
on,
a fuck
hang
about the
on,
American shit.
hang on,
What about
hang
Arsenal
on,
Football Club?
hang on a second, because Arsenal does not exist in a vacuum. Arsenal is part of Kroenke Sports Entertainment. They all fall under the same umbrella.
Yeah,
Sports
KSE.
clubs, hang on. Sports clubs, whether we like it or not, whether we believe that it should be this way or not, sports clubs are run as a business for a profit.
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
like that. I don't like that. I wish that money wasn't involved in sports, but it is. And okay, yeah, we did get a novice manager, but you know what? That novice
What about
manager.
novice sporting director,
Hang on.
novice sporting director, novice owner?
Mark, stand by. Let me finish.
I'd be a novice if I was manager of Arsenal, not Mikel Arteta.
You have a novice manager who brought us within 2 points of beating arguably the greatest club that the Premier League has ever seen. He got us within 5 points that first year. So don't sit here and tell me that he is a novice.
His first year, he finished 8th.
Fine. If you want to split hairs, fine.
No,
but
second year he finished 8th.
Hang on.
Second year he finished 8th.
Hang on.
Third year he finished 5th.
The past 2 seasons, we have finished 5 points back and 2 points back. Who else could have done that?
Who else?
Tell me
that?
somebody. Don't tell me that you don't like who we have without telling me who you want. Because that's the kind of stuff.
So now I've got to be more educated.
Kind of stuff.
No, Brian, you've asked a question. I'll come back at you. So I have to be educated enough to be able to run Arsenal Football Club as a sport director, the owner, and a manager. And you're asking me to step inside Arsenal Football Club. I'm not that educated. I'm a supporter. I want trophies. I want my club run properly. I gave you the instance. You came up with jack shit, bro. I've told you, novice in Josh, novice in Edu, novice in Arteta, and you came back with that. Bro, what conversation we actually having? What conversation we actually having? Shit American fucking owners. Get them out.
They're not shit American owners, dude. Like, I don't know why you have such an issue with this. Because you look at Man U, they have American owners, and they've been pretty fucking successful. You look at Liverpool, they have American.
When was the last time you saw the rats in the weekend roof?
Like I literally just went over every single statistic and every single trophy that they've won since they took over.
So the one in FA Cup, the one in FA Cup that you get a prize money of £3 million.
The Glazers took over Man U in 2003, right?
And they've done shit
since then.
Take away the Scottish manager. What did Man United achieve apart from a leaky roof, a stadium has to be knocked down?
Ownership.
Rats.
You're sitting here talking about ownership.
Yeah, I'm
you're
telling
saying
you
that American owners suck.
American owners
this is what happened under American owners.
Shit. Exactly. This is what happens. Look at Man U. Rats downgraded to a 2-star rating, a weakened roof. God, honestly, Brian, Brian, see my ex-girlfriend. I'm going to take her to Old Trafford, just get her wet, bro.
Dude, but you're missing the point here. You're sitting here saying that American ownership is the problem.
Brian, I am not missing no point. American owners want money. That's all they want. They are shit. They are fucking shit.
How can you say they're shit even
Because
if
they
it's
built
not
a
a
structure.
success.
They built a structure. At Arsenal Football Club, they built a structure, it failed. I'm hearing Arteta calls the shots on all transfers. Where's the structure? Does
Mark,
that come down to a novice, Josh? Is that where
Mark,
it comes
But
down
how?
to?
Mark,
But if you're saying that you, if you're saying, and like this is not exactly this is, if you're saying that you are not educated enough to say how it should be run, then how are you educated enough to say that it's not being run correctly?
Oh, so because I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm a supporter and I love my football club to death,
So do I.
I'm not entitled
So
to
do
my
I.
opinion. So I'm not entitled to my opinion. I'm giving your opinion.
my
You could
comment, can
have your opinion. You could have your
And I have
opinion.
mine.
And I've got
yeah,
mine. We all have ours. Let's be
Mark,
respectful.
Mark, can I
But
comment?
if we're gonna go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah,
Go
can I
ahead.
comment? Like the bigger picture is we are all Arsenal fan, and I think we should isolate this ownership in a way whereby we talk about Arsenal. Because if we go on a bigger picture of American owners have been successful in Manchester United in a way, have been successful in Liverpool also. But if we isolate the case just being Arsenal per se, then we can have a conversation and say the owners of Arsenal, the Kroenkes, have not been running the club very, very well to the standard we think the club should be. That's on one side. But Mark, if you are trying to tell us that the American owners they are shit in managing the club, I don't think you can win the
Right.
argument.
Okay, well, Daniel, I can, and I'm going to give you facts. I'm a holding back, bruv. I've got more. The
No,
Kroenkes
I
came in. The
no,
Kroenkes came in. No, Daniel, please.
I'm just
Kroenkes
trying
came
to
in.
I'm
Kroenkes
trying to,
came in.
I'm trying to make you understand something. If you isolate the case just on the Stan Kroenke, then you have a bigger case on winning this argument. But if you want to go on the bigger picture and say the American owners, like in general,
Right.
in England,
Okay.
we've had
Do you know
American
something?
owners.
I'm pissed off with. Right. Okay, Daniel, you've corrected me. I'll not say all American owners. I see them in Scotland. They're doing shit. I see them in England. They're doing shit. Let's leave it to the side. I don't give a fuck. Arsenal Football Club. You've rattled me now, bro. You wanted it. You've rattled me. Kroenke's come in. They put a novice in Josh. They put a novice in Edu. They put a novice in Arteta. They gave him £718 million to take on a Man City side, regardless of the charges, who brought in the best manager in the world, 1.6 million. Guys, someone go on mute. Daniel, I don't know if it's you or not.
It's not me.
1.6 billion pounds, and they thought 780 million would be able to compete with that. Where am I meant to be satisfied in this? Where am I meant to be satisfied? I'll turn up in my ladder and I'll race you with your Ferrari. Where are we at? Guys, speak to me.
Well,
Anyone speak to
if
me.
you buy a Ferrari, right, you've got the money for a Ferrari, but you ain't got the money for the petrol because you spent all your money. That ain't called logic. That ain't called business.
Seema, that is Seema. No.
Of course
I'm
it
not
is.
having Seema.
What
I'm
you're
not having
saying
that.
is you want the Cronkies to come in and you want them to spend $1 billion because they've earned $1 billion, and you want the whole
They
billion
can't do it.
at Arsenal to please you. And
No,
it
it's
doesn't
not
make
to
sense.
please.
And then you're
It's
sitting
not to
there
please
saying
me.
they're novices.
Seema, it's not to please me. It's just to
Well, it
police.
is. It
It's
is
to
because you're
police.
the only one. Look, there's 7 of us on here, and
Yeah.
only one is talking about the Cronkies not spending enough money.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No.
And I
I'm
have
not.
mine.
Oh wait,
Can I?
the Americans not spending money.
I'm not in
Can I-
support of. I'm not in support of the Cronky. I'm just trying to make a case for Mac, because if you isolate the case on Stan Kroenke alone on Arsenal management, I think they have not been running the club very, very well to the way I would have wanted it to be run. That aside, but I'm saying do not go on the bigger picture and say the American owners have not been running their clubs very, very well. Because if you want to go that route, the Manchester United fans, to an extent, can say when the Glazers came in, they have been successful until Sir Alex Ferguson left. The Liverpool.
What did the Glazers win since Sir Alex left?
You are saying since Sir Alex left, you are only talking about the time since Sir Alex left. What about the time
Sir Alex lost? Sir Alex Ferguson left in
but they were
2006, 2007.
they were
What
still
did 2007?
Mike,
2007. What did the Glazers
We
win?
start
during that
showing
period?
over.
the Glazers were still the owners where Sir Alex Ferguson was there, where they won the Champions League, where they won the league, and when they won the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Europa League. The Glazers were the owners.
Taking me the Scottish manager.
I'm trying to make you
Taking me the Scottish elite manager and tell me what the Glazers have won during that period.
Let's isolate. They've won the Europa League since Sir Alex Ferguson left. They've won the FA Cup since Sir Alex Ferguson left. They won the League Cup since Sir Alex Ferguson left. I'm talking just if you isolate this case on Stan Kroenke, then you have a legitimate reason to question the Stan Kroenke and their ownership about the club. But if you want to go on a bigger picture and say the American owners in the league have not been doing well, Liverpool have won the league, won the Champions League with an American owner. Manchester United, on the other hand, have won the league, won the Champions League, won the FA Cup with American owners. But for our case, with the Stan Kroenke, since they became the owners of the club, we've not won anything major part of the FA Cup. So if, Mark, you're going on that route and questioning the Stan Kroenkes on the Arsenal handling, then I can back you and I can understand where you're coming from, because I feel the Stan Kroenkes, since they took over Arsenal, we have not been on the standard where Arsenal was before. You get what I'm trying to say? And they've not spent enough, in my opinion, which I think there are some players we could have signed, the likes of Suarez. With few more pounds, we could have gotten the likes of Suarez. There are deals we could have closed that if they were actually running the club in a way I think they could have run the club very, very well. That's what I'm trying to tell Mark, but it's not understanding what I'm saying.
So it's gone again.
Like that's like Daniel. That's what I'm getting at. Like you and I are here because we can sit here and we can say, hey, I don't like how this is being run. But you and I can sit here and say, hey, we want to see Julian Nagelsmann come in as manager. We want to see whoever the hell it is from, whatever club come in as sporting director. Like we were talking about somebody from like Atalanta or something. Like we can say this, and this is how we think it should be done. Because at least if we're saying that, then we are a constructive part of the fan base. Yeah, are they probably going to listen to us? No, because we're supporters. But we're not just walking to the Emirates with torches and pitchforks, saying we don't like you, blah 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 blah. We're saying we don't like this. This is how we think it should be run, and that's constructive. And that's the discussions that we as supporters should have, instead of just railing against whatever it is we don't like.
I'm not, Brian, that was directed at me again, and I am not at all. Last season, Arteta said, do not be satisfied. I am not satisfied. I love my football club, bro. Arsenal Football Club is my life. I love my football club. And what I'm seeing right now is unjustified. That summer transfer window was unjustified. It was absolutely unjustified. Me and Paul had a podcast on transfer deadline day, and Raheem Sterling came in. Paul, you probably never seen me so heated in my life up to that point. I lost it.
You're quite happy.
Yeah, I was delighted. I was honestly, I was the most happiest guy on this earth. I just want my football club to win. Me and Paul were at the pressing game. No. Me and Paul were at the pressing game together. It was funny. It was hilarious. Paul is such a nice guy. He shares the same passion I do. Absolutely the same passion.
We've all got. I've got to say this, Mark, mate. We've all got passion.
It's gone.
Oh well, if we've all got passion. We all.
Yeah.
I don't think you can measure anybody's passion on this chat.
Yeah.
I'm bright. Look, for me, I'm going to say my piece. kept quiet for quite a while, right? But I'm going to say my piece. For me, Brian's got his opinion. He's entitled to it. Mark's got his opinion. He's entitled to it. But for me, that was too aggressive. For me personally, that was too aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking. I'm being absolutely honest with you. For me, it was too aggressive. There's no need for that. I can understand passion. I am passionate myself. Yeah. I know all of you are. But a joke really that kicked me in the backside there, basically, because I just said it as a joke because I knew Brian would back me up, right? Mark, I love your passion. If you're watching this later, don't get me wrong. I love your passion, but you're aiming it at the wrong people sometimes. And for me, it was too aggressive. I've just got to say that. I just want to get that out there.
There still has to be a level of respect for opinions. They will differ, but as I said, we all want the same thing.
Yeah, we do.
My take. Anyone want my take on those American owners?
Yes,
Des, you probably already heard it, but obviously 2007 when they come in and they were introduced, 3 years on from Invincibles, and we're basically saying they want the football club. We've got Usmanov on the other side. That's got 30% of the club, not allowed on the board, even though he's got this stake in the club. Conkies know they're going to get full control, 100%. It's just a win moment. So why would they proceed to watch over the club, start selling their best players over a period of time every year from when they were on there, rather than providing? You've got Usmanov saying, "I'll chuck money into the club to assist," but over that period, and that's 11 years until they got full control, they allowed us to kind of go to where we ended up, to where we were, with Arteta having to strip the squad down and move on. Had they spent or given us a bit of an investment at the start, 40, 50 million even, we could have sorted out a contract. We could have made a signing. That would have showed ambition. That was what was questioned by players at that time. Where's the ambition? What's the club's ambition? And we kept on selling players all the time. Surely, had they kept us at that level, it would have cost them less money than what they've now had to spend trying to get us back up to that level. True. That's my thing when I say look at it and I say, well, look, you're probably much better position to kind of keep that playing staff. We moved to a new stadium, the season after. It makes no sense. It's at the end of the day, it's, you know what I mean. You go move to a new stadium, but you let go of all your playing staff. You don't upgrade it. You don't look after it. What's the point? Might as well stayed at Highbury and carried on. That's my take, and they hid behind the whole 100% thing.
Do you know what Paul? Do you know what I didn't like? What they did? They bought out all the fan shares. So at the general meeting, right? We used to have fans who could go in and have a say. Fans don't have a say in the club anymore because they don't own any shares, and there's no chance you can buy any shares now. Yeah. And I've said this to you before, Paul, and I still stand by it. The only time the Cronkies really spent money on players is when the LA Rams won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Well, that's how.
We forget at that moment where they took over the first few years, and they were taking our profits, or they were taking percentage of profits.
Yeah, they were.
To take out and basically pay themselves, and then move it into Kersey to fund biggest contracts in like the NFL or the whatever, baseball or whatever, and that's what it was. And
one thing I will say is they've done more wrong to date than they've done right.
True. I agree.
Yes.
I agree with you. And there's something I really want to say in regards to the Stancon case and the management of the team. In regards to what Mikel Arteta was saying a few days ago, that they're only going to go into the transfer market if something unbelievable happens, like unbelievable player comes in the transfer window, then for the club. I find that so insulting to the fans because we all know you said at the starting of the season that we went into the season with a thinner squad, with fewer squad players. And now with the likes of Saka injured, probably for the foreseeable future of the next 3 months, we're not going to have Saka, and we know we needed an additional player for in our attack. Then Mikel Arteta coming out to say that Arsenal is going to sign player if something unbelievable happen. I find that insulting to the fans. For me personally, let me use myself as an example. I find that insulting to me because we all know we're going for the league. We waste our time, not waste. We spend our time to follow this club passionately. Whether we lose, win, or draw, we still support this club. This is our club. Now, this is where Mark is right because a well run club, a well organized organization will know that this club is lacking players. This club is lacking not just players, we are lacking numbers. We are lacking numbers. So for you to come up and say that we're only going to sign players if something unbelievable happens, it means that the club is not run well and the O's of the club are not being seen to be fixed because we all know we need players. We tend to sign more. We have more defensive depth than attacking depth, and I find that so. The math is not matching. It's not balanced for me. So unless Mikel Arteta is trying to play the media, and so the club we're going to want to sign players for, not going to increase the prices because they know we are desperate. If that's what it's trying to do, then I can hold my hands up and say, okay, yes, you got me there. I'm sorry. But if truly Mikel Arteta meant what he was saying, that the club is going to move if something unbelievable happened in the transfer window, then I find that insulting to me because I can be waking up every time, preparing myself, following this club, come online, meet my friends, we'll talk and see Mark raging because of how poor we have been run, because of how poor we might have been in the game. And the club is not going to do something about that. For me, I think it's wrong, and the club needs to move. And I'm not gonna come here and be excited if we sign only 2 players, because I think we need more than just 2 players this January transfer window, unless the club have waved the white flag to say, okay, this season is done for them. Then I can say, okay, fair enough.
Said, mate. Well said. I think we've reached the end of this mammoth show. I don't know about you, but I need a drink.
It didn't take the path I was expecting it to take. Let's put it that way.
No, it got sidetracked.
Yeah.
We didn't get into the latter part of the year.
I think it was brewing. Mark was brewing it for a little while because he really wanted to get back at Brian.
Mark, all I can say is, if I was the cause of your passionate outburst, I apologise, but it was just a joke.
No, he's just passionate.
I know he's, and I appreciate he's passionate, but if he's watching this later, if he wants to have a chat with me later, he knows how to get hold of me. So we'll sort it.
I don't think Mark owes anything. Whatever happens here, it happens. It's just like in a game of football, whatever happens within the 90 minutes stays in the football pitch for that 90 minutes.
I get that.
Unless you are Erling Haaland, staying humble is not going to steal. It's not going to end at the Etihad. When they come to the Emirates, we're going to show him how to stay humble.
Exactly.
Daniel, on that note, then I take that as a man. All the feedback in any direction, I take as a man.
Do you know what? I'd really love to know. Is someone going to come up with a new song for him when they come? You know, like the Humble song or something. You know,
Be Humble. Didn't a track called Be Humble? It was a hip hop track.
Kendrick Lamar, right? Kendrick Lamar song. Is it Kendrick?
Yeah, Lamar. That was it. Be Humble. Yeah.
Yeah, sit down. Sit down. That bit.
Sit down.
Sit
Be
down.
Humble. Yeah.
That whatever person I was going to say better not score against us.
Can I just ask one question? Sorry, Daniel. Can I ask one question about Saka? Do you think that was injury was due to wear and tear or being overplayed?
Overplayed.
No.
Saka,
It's-
it was just unfortunate the way it happened.
He's an elite player. I'm sorry. You've got players that play those number of games, and unfortunately, it's one of those things. It's a muscular injury, and look,
I just want
it has happened.
I've never seen any player go through their whole career without having injuries.
Yeah.
And it's just so unfortunate that the injury happened at this time. A lot of people want to use that as a cheap stick to cane the manager for overplaying Saka. We had Messi playing over a lot of games, and as a young man growing up, definitely your body's gonna go in a way whereby you're not expecting him to go. And I wasn't even expecting him to go hard this long, coupled with the fact that it wasn't running and he had the hamstring pull at. So I don't think he's been overplayed. That's the reason why. I just feel like when you're growing as a footballer, there comes a time where you definitely sustain one of this injury. You have to go.
Can I say something to that, please?
Okay.
Go ahead.
He'll come back stronger. As you know, he's Nigerian by origin, so he'll come back strong. He's got thick skin. That already came back from his back injury that he had in 05-06. He had his, match in the all-time goal scorer. So I think he's got good mentality in his head, Saka. He's a good lad. He knows what he's doing. He's got good level-minded brain, shall we say?
That's fair words, Ben.
I wanted to ask a question before we all go. Can I?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
How many players are you expecting us to sign? Okay, expectation and reality. How many players do you expect Arsenal to sign, and how many players do you think Arsenal is going to sign? Sema, you go first.
We'll lose again.
Mitch.
Is that a
0.
Is that a 6?
0.
0.
Just expectation?
Yeah, just my expectation is they're going to sign 0. I don't think they're going to go to the transfer window.
Okay, if you are
I would like them to sign 1 or 2. I definitely would never pay that much money for Isak. For that kind of money, we could get 2, 3 even, depending. But I doubt it if they will. But by the way, I just want to say, all these rumors that came out, Saka's not having, from these reliable sources, that Saka's not having surgery, to him miraculously having surgery. What was that about?
ITKs.
It's everywhere, mate. It's just to get clicks. It's clickbait.
Go on, Des. You're next. Your expectations. I'll pass it on.
Oh God, does that pass the parcel now? What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, musical chairs. Okay, so reality, I want 1, and fantasy, I want 2. No.
Right, I'll go for mine. Reality, I want 4.
Whoa. Where's the money coming?
Reality?
No. I want 4. I'm not getting 4. I want 4, but we might end up with 2, maybe.
Okay.
Paul?
I think I want 2. That's it. Yeah, I think that'll be it for us. For a little boost for the latter part of the season. Again, I think we are hamstrung by financial fair play as well. I think we're still quite close to that limit. So we'll have to see. But I want to. But we've got to obviously push on and then look for the summer for that target. Because no big player is going to be moving. I don't think in this window. There may be the one, and this is why he says like an extraordinary kind of player, or something happens. If some club decides they want to get rid of a player that is of good value, then we'll do it. But I don't think many clubs would want to kind of get rid of the best players.
I mean,
midway through.
The other rumour as well was we're supposed to be getting that lad from RB Leipzig, aren't we, in January? But I don't want him. Yeah, that's the one. I don't want him.
No, not me. He's a big head. Sorry, I'm Balkan man by origin, as you know, Des, but he's a very cocky, arrogant, big-headed freak. That's what I call him.
Fair enough.
For me, I want us to sign at least 3 players.
So you're up around where I want to be then, Daniel.
But do I expect the club to sign any player? I think Arsenal would rather call back Fabio Vieira than sign a player this summer. This winter transfer window.
And Reece Nelson was his on loan at Fulham, Daniel. Don't forget.
Is Marquinhos still on our books?
No, he
No.
was
Yeah.
He's actually gone, is he?
It's on loan of Firmini, something like that. Yeah. Still on.
What, on loan?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was sold.
No.
Same.
Because we could call him back.
He's a strong boy. He's a strong boy.
Well, he plays Saka's position. I know you're
Reece Nelson,
but he plays Saka's position, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, it's not the answer. Reece Nelson's not the answer.
No, no, I agree.
I mean, yeah, look, he's not been playing it.
I think he's
Yeah, mate, no, yeah, he's bacon. He's not really. Yeah, but he's not really playing a lot anyway. I think even when he was fit.
This is where we should have kept TRS.
Again, it's one of those, isn't it? It's like he needed that change to get a run of games.
So we're just saying
he wasn't going to get. Unfortunately, weren't going to get it at us. No. And he probably needed that change. He needed the change in system. He needed the change in his development, his workout schedule, whatever. Something different to what has been happening at Arsenal, because something was failing on his body with how he was getting going through every week in, week out. He was picking up injuries left, right, and centre, and he couldn't get any kind of level, kind of grounding. There was no game time. There wasn't any time to build up fitness, get match fitness. So, look, breath of fresh air, and you hope he carries on. And who knows down the line?
Well,
he could go around. We get first refusal on him if he goes and plays and he carries on. Look at Iwobi now, even for the stuff he's kind of doing for Fulham as well. He's putting in some good performances.
Good little.
It's like, yeah, if he gets game time and he's got that ability to kind of keep playing, then yeah, great. But I'd be quite miffed if we never inserted some kind of clause that would benefit us.
Mm.
He plays and he's solid and he becomes one of those players that is literally doing what Odegaard's doing.
Can I just say, sorry, I think I will take Iwobi back, you know. Honestly, in my eyes, I will take Iwobi will be back for the club, in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's me dreaming. That's me dreaming, my eyes open. So it is.
I wouldn't say no.
Yeah. He looks good. He looks hungrier than ever.
Oh, Daniel would, though. Look, Daniel's doing his referee finger wag thing that he does.
I won't take him.
Oh, well.
Your opinion, my opinion, fair enough.
Yeah. The reason why I won't take him, because I think Iwobi has found his level. Fulham is his level. In Arsenal, there's a lot of pressure, and you can't have a consecutive 3 bad games for Arsenal and not expect the fans to be on your back. But in the likes of Fulham, Everton, whatever club, you can have the 6 bad games, and the fans will still okay. There's no expectation there. That's all I can say. It's a Nigerian boy. I would want a Nigerian player to be playing for Arsenal. But I feel
who doesn't? I want to as well. I want them as well. I want a Nigerian man at Arsenal again. I'll be happy to take one.
But Iwobi has found his level. He's found his confidence. He's found his place, and it's not in an Arsenal shirt. So for me,
we're going to have interesting conversations in the future, guys. I tell you, interesting conversations.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, it's going to be that time again soon for deadline day.
I'll take Lookman then. I'll take Lookman. I'll take Lookman in you. How about that? I'll take Lookman.
Who do you think will get?
I'm going to substitute Mark this next one. I think I want a quiet one. Hopefully I'll be more busy than us.
Who do you think will get from Chelsea on deadline day, guys?
Noni Madueke.
Probably the Chelsea shop owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the tea lady if you want me to. For you know who, right? For you know who.
Oh, you know her personally, do you, Bez?
What?
Do you know her personally?
I have some links at Chelsea Football Club because you know Broya is from my country, so I have some links down there. Down the line. I think Bray knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
God, no, it's been good, guys.
It's been
look, over 2.5 hours talking about Arsenal. Listening to Mark. Sorry, it was about 2 hours. Yeah. No, look.
Careful what you wish for. He's listening to us probably.
Some really good stuff. As it is, but we're all passionate. We all want the same things. It's just delivery, which differs.
Yeah. But I want a trophy. Is that much to say? That's one a trophy for you.
We want to get there, and I'm sure we will. What direction we're going? We're still going up. We're still rising. I don't think we're in dire straits.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. We're not doing too bad for a novice club. That's just yeah. Look, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. So thank you, Des, Daniel, Bez, Seema.
Anytime.
Thanks, Mark, Ryan. Who else am I missing?
No, I think that's
Seema, 12, Seema.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you for tonight. What shows have we got coming up?
I want to make prediction for the game.
Yeah, they'll. I imagine we're going to do one maybe on the second. I don't know.
Seema, where's my ticket?
Mark, sorry, Paul.
I didn't get one either.
I need to talk to you about the watch-alongs at some point.
Yes, we'll sort out like next week or something. We'll have a chat.
Nice one.
But yeah, you've got the power. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we'll get it going, and here's to a better 2025, and we get some content going, and hopefully get some better shows than what I've just put up today.
No, it was cool. Do you know what? I think it was needed. I think Mark had to get some stuff out of his system. Do you know what I mean?
He was like, it's like a frustrated boy at Christmas Day, wasn't he? Just like didn't get his number one present.
You guys are throwing Mark under the bus. Come on.
No, we're not.
That's all right.
No, I'm not throwing him under the bus, Daniel. I'm just saying he needed to get something out of his system. I think he did it. Fair play to him.
He's all right. I know I'll be. I'm going to end up travelling over to Scotland at some point anyway.
Yeah, then you're in trouble.
He's going to show me Dundee United. Huh?
Take it easy when you're driving around with him. He told me some bad stuff about you.
Bad stuff. I arrived at his place after hitting a pothole on the motorway at 50 mile an hour, and it messed up my 2-month-old exhaust.
My God.
Your Ferrari, yeah? Your Ferrari.
Yeah, my Ferrari, yeah.
I thought so.
My Ferrari 108. Yeah. So so that was all right.
F50, not F49.
National highways paid out for me, so that was all good. So it don't sound like a sports car now, so it's fine.
Paul, while you're there, I'm sorry, Paul, if I interrupted for one last time. I'm thinking about to do an F1 podcast of my own coming year as well.
Yeah.
So I need your help. I'll need your help. Me, Seema on board. If Des wants to chip in, and Daniel.
Is this the Arsenal history thing, Bez?
No. F1, Formula One.
All right, yeah, I'll chip in. With
Formula One.
So I'm down on that, and I'll make sure I'll let everyone be themselves. That's what I'll say.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. No,
Thank you.
let me know.
Cool.
But yeah, thank you very much, guys, and
cheers.
On to 2025. Happy New Year.
Yep.
And Brentford away. 3 points, please.
That's it.
Mr. Arteta.
3-0.
Yeah, predictions. Might as well be. 2-0. 2-0.
3-1.
Arsenal to win 2-0.
3-1.
3-0 Arsenal.
Cool.
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal. Oof.
Come on, you guys.
Come on, Arsenal.
Let's be having
Good night, everyone. Happy New Year.
Good night, everyone.
Happy New Year, mate. Happy New
Thank
Year, everyone.
you.
Happy New Year.
New Year, guys.